Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly begin. To avoid any inconvenience, kindly mute your microphone. You're also urged to rename your Zoom according to your role. For presenters, please add letter R followed by your room's number and your full name. And then for the SC, section chairs, please SC in the beginning followed by R with your room numbers and then your full name. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. The President, Association of International Business and Professional Management, AIBPM, Your Excellency, Lim Kaisin, Ph.D. The Vice President of AIBPM, Mrs. Ira Kristiana. Our co-host, Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar, Indonesia. Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi 66 Kendari, Indonesia. Universitas Khairun, Indonesia. Universitas Katolik Musi Caritas, Indonesia. Excellencies, participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning to you all. Welcome to the 2024 Bali International Conference of Project Management, ICPM, held by the Associations of International Business and Professional Management, AIBPM. I'm delighted to inform you that the 2024 Bali ICPM is attended by people around the world, including Indonesia, Malaysia, India, Bangladesh, Malta, Bahrain, Uganda, Nigeria, Pakistan, United States of America, South Africa, and so forth. I am Aulia Hardiani. I feel honored to be the host for today's conference. It is a perfect opportunity for us to interact and network with you all, peers and colleagues across countries. I do appreciate you for taking your busy schedule to join us today, Friday, 13 December 2024. On these occasions, we'll have outstanding discussions with our prominent speakers on Innovation Nexus, in which we need to rethink management in the context of the evolvement of social paradigms. Thus, we couldn't be more thankful to our co-hosts, Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar, Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi 66 Kendari, Universitas Khairun, and Universitas Katolik Musi Caritas for the huge contributions to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, before we officially begin our international conference, we'll reverse and listen to our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Excellency speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I present you AIBPM and the co-hosts.
jelas dan terarah.
My name is Indri Supriyani, and I would like to recommend you to join this conference.
Hi, my name is Roland Perdana. I think this is very good opportunity to join this conference.
Hello, my name is Satia. I am very happy to join this international seminar with AIBPM, and this is a good impression for me to enrich my knowledge.
Hello, my name is Gilbert. I'm from Tajikistan. We are so happy that we join such kind of conference.
Kami mengucapkan selamat ya atas terselenggaranya The Ford Umaya Internasional.
Kota Denpasar adalah ibu kota Provinsi Bali yang memiliki perekonomian terbesar di Bali pada tahun 2020. Untuk mengembangkan sumber daya manusia yang unggul di bidang perekonomian, FEB Unmas Denpasar hadir sebagai salah satu perguruan tinggi yang telah mencetak berbagai lulusan akademik yang profesional di bidang perekonomian dan bisnis. Fakultas Ekonomi Unmas Denpasar didirikan pada tahun 1980.
Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar berada di bawah Yayasan Perguruan Rakyat Saraswati Pusat Denpasar. Saat ini, Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar memiliki 4 program studi yang sudah terakreditasi, yang terdiri dari 1 program studi pasca sarjana, yaitu program studi Magister Manajemen, kemudian 3 program studi sarjana yang terdiri dari program studi Manajemen, program studi Akuntansi, dan program studi Manajemen PSDKU Mataram. Visi dari Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar yaitu menjadi Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis yang bermutu, berbudaya, berjiwa wirausaha, dan diakui secara global.
FEB Unmas Denpasar telah bekerja sama dengan berbagai universitas luar dan berbagai instansi untuk mengembangkan jejaring serta meningkatkan mutu perguruan tinggi.
Mari membangun jiwa wirausaha bersama Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis Universitas Mahasaraswati Denpasar.
Mari bergabung bersama kami. Let's join us.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera buat kita sekalian. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, Subajo. Sebagai pimpinan Universitas Hairun Ternate, saya secara pribadi maupun sebagai rektor menyampaikan selamat Dies Natalis Universitas Hairun ke 60 tahun. Semoga di usia yang ke 60 tahun ini Universitas Hairun semakin berkembang, maju, semakin menghasilkan alumni-alumni yang berkualitas. Oleh karena itu, kami di jajaran pimpinan Universitas Akademika Universitas Hairun Ternate berusaha keras berjuang dan kemudian berkolaborasi dengan berbagai pihak. Kita bisa melakukan Universitas Hairun dalam konteks alumni-alumni kita memiliki kualifikasi yang lebih mumpuni dan dapat beradaptasi dengan kemajuan zaman terutama di teknologi.
Universitas Hairun lahir dari sebuah kebutuhan akan peningkatan kualitas sumber daya manusia di Kabupaten Maluku Utara dan sekitarnya saat itu. Pada tanggal 15 Agustus 1964 Universitas Hairun Ternate resmi berdiri di bawah Yayasan Pendidikan Hairun. Universitas Hairun atau Unhair memiliki 4 tahapan masa penting. Tahun 1964 sampai dengan 2004 Unhair masih merupakan sebuah perguruan tinggi swasta. Di masa-masa ini Unhair juga banyak membantu perjuangan pembentukan Provinsi Maluku Utara. Setelah resmi menjadi perguruan tinggi negeri pada tahun 2004, Universitas Hairun memasuki tahapan penting kedua dan terus meningkatkan kualitas pelaksanaan Tridharma perguruan tinggi. Unhair terus berupaya mengejar ketertinggalan dengan universitas-universitas lainnya di kawasan timur Indonesia. Dengan tekad inilah, pada tahun 2009 Universitas Hairun kemudian menyusun Rencana Induk Pengembangan, RIP, 2009 hingga 2029. Periode 20 tahunan ini terdiri dari 4 tahunan dari 5 periodisasi kepemimpinan seorang rektor dengan misi yang telah disusun sesuai periode tersebut. Perjalanan Unhair sebagai sebuah PTN berubah statusnya menjadi pengelola keuangan Badan Layanan Umum, PKBLU, pada tahun 2020. Perubahan status ini dilihat sebagai tahapan penting ketiga karena menjadi salah satu bentuk itikat peningkatan efisiensi dan efektivitas manajerial sebuah perguruan tinggi. Dalam perjalanan selama 6 dekade, Unhair telah banyak berubah dan juga mengalami peningkatan dalam pelaksanaan Tridharma perguruan tinggi serta aspek manajerial lainnya. Bantuan dari pemerintah pusat, pemerintah Provinsi Maluku Utara serta pemerintah kota, kabupaten dalam wilayah Provinsi Maluku Utara sangat berkontribusi dalam pelaksanaan belajar mengajar serta penelitian yang dilakukan oleh Unhair. Bantuan juga diberikan oleh para mitra strategis baik dari pihak swasta maupun pihak BUMN.
Selamat datang di Setia 66 Kendari, tempat di mana impian dan masa depanmu bertemu. 30 tahun mengabdi untuk kemajuan bangsa, Setia 66 Kendari tidak hanya menawarkan pendidikan berkualitas, tetapi juga memberikan pengalaman yang akan membentuk masa depanmu. Dengan akreditasi baik sekali yang begitu membanggakan dan memiliki prestasi gemilang, Setia 66 Kendari terus menjadi pilihan utama bagi masyarakat Sulawesi Tenggara yang ingin berkembang di dunia manajemen. Dosen-dosen kami adalah ahli di bidangnya, siap membimbing dan menginspirasi setiap langkah perjalanan akademikmu. Dengan fasilitas yang memadai, suasana kampus yang mendukung, dan berbagai organisasi mahasiswa yang dinamis, menjadikan Setia 66 Kendari tempat yang tepat untuk mengembangkan diri baik secara akademik maupun sosial. Saat ini selama 30 tahun mengabdi untuk kemajuan bangsa, Setia 66 Kendari beroperasi di bawah naungan Yayasan Pembina Pendidikan 66 Bumi Kendari. Dengan pendiri yayasan, Almarhum Dr. Andes Haji Saikala Teoh, Almarhumah Dr. Anda Hajah Mohania HS, Dewan Pembina Sayyidiman STMT, Irma Nurjanah STMT, Sudarmanto SEMSI. Ketua Pengurus Yayasan Dr. Andes Haji Saika Latiho, Irma Nurjanah STMT, Ihsanuddin Akbar STMM. Sekretaris Rahmat Muqtadir STMM, Muhammad Nuzul Kadri SSI MM. Bendahara Sri Wahyuni SPD MPD, Khairia Admin SKM MM. Pengawas Surahman Esos MM, Sri Rahmayanti SE MSI. Ketua Setia 66 Haji Uksim Jambo, Dr. Andes Haji Saika Latiho, Abdul Aziz Mutalib SE MSI, Sudarmanto SE MSI, Dr. Bahtiar Abbas SE MSI, Profesor Dr. Haji Abdul Aziz Mutalib SE MSI. 30 tahun mengabdi untuk kemajuan bangsa, Setia 66 Kendari menciptakan pemimpin masa depan yang siap bersaing di kancah global. Setia 66 lebih dari yang lain.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Praise and gratitude we offer to the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His grace, so that all of us who are present here can attend the 2024 International Conference of Project Management organized by the Association of International Business and Professional Management in collaboration with C66 Kendari, Indonesia. Honorable speakers, Professor Gilbert C. Magulod, GR, Ph.D, Cagayan State University, Philippines. Professor Dr. Majidi Akutaya, Kuwait University, Kuwait. Associate Professor Dr. Daisy K. Mui Hung, University Sains Malaysia, Malaysia. Dr. Ranjit PV, Professor MS Ramala Institute of Management, Bangalore, India. Dr. Gui Erkol Bayram, Sinop University, Turkey. Dr. Teoh Ban, ViTrox College, Malaysia. And Dr. Anak Agung Gede Satia Utama, Airlangga University, Indonesia. Honorable Dr. Lim Gaisin, President of Association of International Business and Professional Management, as the Chief Organizer. On this occasion, we would like to express our gratitude to Dr. Lim, who has entrusted us as co-host in this extraordinary conference. Welcome to all invited guests and participants. The International Conference provides an excellent opportunity to bring together academics from various countries for the purpose of presenting research results, discussing methodologies critically, and discovering and improving the quality of research and the impact of research on society and science. Furthermore, the conference allows the scientific community to create new networks, foster relationships, and expand their visibility. Once again, they would like to express our gratitude to Dr. Lim Gai Sin as the Chief Organizer who has given us the opportunity to be a co-host in the International Conference of Project Management. Hopefully, this collaboration will contribute in the future. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Aziz. Following, I proudly invite the President of AIBPM, Dr. Lim Kai-sin, to deliver the opening remark.
Hello everyone, this is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the online ICPM conference. Despite of the physical distance that separates us, technology has enabled us to come together from different corners of the world to share knowledge, insight, and innovation. In this ICPM conference is attended by participants from many universities and many countries. In this conference, aim to provide opportunity for the global participants to share their ideas and experience with their other colleagues from other countries. In addition, this conference will help all delegates to establish their research and also relations, as well to find international linkage for the future collaboration in this career path. We have a exciting lineup of keynote speaker, panel discussion, and also interactive session that planned for you. After the next couple hours, we will delve into various topics, exchange the ideas, and also explore new possibilities in our field. I encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, engage with one another. Let's make the most of this opportunity to learn, building networks, and inspire each other. In this online ICPM conference, the outcome will lead to significant contribution to the knowledge base in this up-to-date field in scope. Therefore, on the day of the completion of this journey, we are delighted with a high level of satisfaction and inspiration. The outcome of the conference will be international proceedings, journals, and Scopus Index books. I believe is the most of paper conference will be published. I would like to say thank you for all keynote speakers, all the committee, my team, all section chair, MC, moderators for the fully support. Thank you all for your support and your dedication to make this conference happen. Again, I would like to say thank you to join us. I look forward for a productive and enriching conference. Well, welcome once again, and let's get started. Thank you. I'm Dr. Lim Kai-sin, the President of Association of International Business and Professional Management. Thank you, and welcome to the online ICPM conference.
Thank you, Dr. Lim. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to announce that the 2024 Bali International Conference of Project Management has officially begun. Welcome to the 2024 Bali ICPM. Thank you, Ms. Alicia. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite you to share today's photo on your Instagram and give the hashtag 2024 Bali ICPM and hashtag info AIBPM and also hashtag info for academia. The best Instagram post will get free pass to our next conference. We also invite you to follow our Instagram at info AIBPM and our YouTube channel on AIBPM Talk Series. You can obtain up-to-date information about our events, publication opportunities, and the video of our conferences. The information also have been shared in the chat box as well as other informations related to coming events and opportunities. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to introduce you to keynote speakers of today's conference. We have 6 excellent speakers that will fulfill our knowledge craving today. The first one will be Associate Professor Dr. Daisy Kim Wei Hong from University Sains, Malaysia. Next will be Dr. Teoh from ViTrox College, Malaysia, and then followed by our esteemed colleague from Universitas Airlangga, Indonesia, Dr. Anak Agung Satia Utama, and then followed by Dr. Ranjit PV from Professor M.S. Ramaya Institute of Management, Bengaluru, India. And then next will be Dr. Kul Erkol Bayran from Sinop University, Turkey. And then last but not the least, Dr. Majdi A. Kutaya from Kuwait University, Kuwait. It's also my profound pleasure to introduce you to our moderator today, Dr. Rudres Pandey. Welcome again, Dr. Rudres. Good morning.
Good morning, Olia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How
Great
about you?
effort from AIBPM. I welcome everyone.
Welcome, Dr. Rudres.
Thank
And
you.
before you start, let me introduce you first.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Rudres Pandey is a distinguished alumnus of IIM Indore and represent a unique blend of academic and industry expertise. Alongside his MBA with distinctions from the APV Indore and Ph.D. from Barkatullah University Bhopal, he has undertaken prestigious programs at renowned institutions like IIM Kozhikode, IIT Kharagpur, and NTU Singapore. His 23-year career features a decade spent at corporate heavyweights like Reed Business Informations and India Today. Beyond being a startup consultant, he is a respected figure in international forums, having presented at esteemed conferences in China, UAE, Singapore, and India, with over 80 published research papers to his name. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Dr. Rudres Pandey. Dr. Rudres, all is yours.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I'm really lucky to be part of this conference as moderator. As you know, I have been introduced. My name is Dr. Rudresh Pandey. I'll be the moderator for today's conference. And before I start anything, I'll just let you know few things, few rules, and the presentation time before I start to introduce the keynote speakers. Today we will have around 6 keynote speakers here, and some conference rules will be all online participants will be muted during the presentation. There'll be a question and answer session after the keynote speakers have finished. All the keynote speakers have finished their presentations. I'll be moderating the questions. You can raise hands. You can write the questions in the chat box also. I'll try and take all the questions as and when the time permits. Before I invite the first speaker, let me just thank AIBPM. And it's really great to be part of AIBPM, all the efforts which President Honorable Dr. Lim Gai Sin is doing. He has a lot of energy, and this has been really great effort which he has been. Now AIBPM has become a body for management for whole of Asia, and across world we have members, we have been participants, and the team behind this, Professor Era, Olia, and others, they are doing a great work. So let me begin with this. My first speaker here will be Dr. Daisy Key Mui Hung.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Ruresh.
Hello, Dr. Daisy.
Yeah.
I'll just introduce you. Dr. Daisy Mui Huing is Associate Professor at School of Management, Universiti Sains Malaysia, Penang, Malaysia. She holds a Ph.D. in Business and Management from the University of South Australia and MBA from Universiti Sains Malaysia. Dr. Daisy has an extensive publication record with more than 95 ISI and Scopus Index journal papers. In addition to her academic achievements, Dr. Daisy serves as country director for AIBPM in Indonesia and the Star Scholar Network in United States. She is also a keynote speaker and a panelist in international conferences. Dr. Key plays a significant role in community development as the coordinator of Penang Youth Development Corporation. Dr. Key received a Snagger and Publication Excellence Award from University Sains Malaysia, as well as Mardekya Award from Australia Malaysia Business Council in South Australia. Dr. Key's research interests include human resource management, organization behavior, work values, leadership, organizational psychology, and entrepreneurship. She has also shared her expertise as visiting professor at Busan National University in South Korea. She holds editorial position in reputable journals such as Journal of Community Development in Asia, Frontiers of Psychology, Journal of Chinese Human Resource Management, Global Business Organization, and Excellence. She also serves as advisor for 2024 Malaysia International Conference of Project Management, as an entrepreneurship fellow for 24-25 as University Sains Malaysia. Dr. Daisy, welcome, and the time is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Ruresh, for your introductions. Really appreciate that. Allow me to share my slides now. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to be here this morning. And first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Lim and AIBPM for inviting me to be one of the keynote speakers this morning for 2024 Bali ICPM. So I would like to thank Dr. Ruresh for your introductions. And I'm Associate Professor Dr. Daisy from School of Management, University Science Malaysia. I will be talking about Industry 5.0 and the future of sustainable business for this morning keynote. All right. The concept of Industry 5.0 emerged as a response to Industry 4.0, focusing on enhancing the synergy between human creativity and advanced technology. So many of us may be wondering, what is this Industry 5.0? How does it actually differ from Industry 4.0? And maybe some of us are still not very familiar with Industry 5.0 because many of us, especially those who are from the developing countries, we are still exploring the full potential of Industry 4.0. Let's explore this question together. Okay, so for Industry 5.0, why Industry 5.0? First, we need to know the origin of Industry 5.0. Who actually coined Industry 5.0? It was actually formally introduced by EC, European Commissions, in 2021. Why? Because they want to address the challenges and the gaps by Industry 4.0. So what are the gaps? They want to address the gaps in human involvement, sustainability, and also resilience. So Industry 4.0, as we know, they're focused on the digitalizations, automations, and robotics, whereas Industry 5.0, they introduce the human-centric approach with the aim to integrate the technology, innovation, sustainability, and also the society well-being into the framework. So you can see in the diagram, Industry 5.0 focuses on the three key pillars: human centricity, sustainability, and resilience. So what is this human centricity? It means that bringing back human to the center of industrial system as collaborators, not as competitors. Sustainability is to integrate the green technology into the system to address the environmental challenges. Resilience is to build a system that can withstand the crisis from pandemic to natural disaster. So Industry 5.0 is not about doing more. It's about doing better. Better for the people, better for the society, and better for our planet. So there is a definition given for Industry 5.0. It's a governance-driven agenda balancing technological advancement and human-centric approaches. So basically, Industry 5.0 is about the return of human touch. I personally define it as Industry 5.0 as an advanced industrial paradigm that integrates technology innovations, human-centric practices, and sustainability to drive the economy, environmental, and social growth. So why Industry 5.0 is to address the gaps and challenges of Industry 4.0. For example, the gaps in the human involvement and also the sustainability as well as the resilience. So the objective is to emphasize the three main pillars. Okay, as I mentioned, human centricity, sustainability, and resilience. And it actually aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. And it utilizes the AI, robotics, and green technology for sustainable business growth, balances the technological advancement, and emphasize on social and environmental responsibility. So this is a clear picture to show the difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. So you can see here the focus of Industry 4.0 look at the automation, digitalizations, and robotics, whereas Industry 5.0 focuses on the human sustainability and also the resilience. What are the key technologies for Industry 4.0? The Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotic, cloud computing, big data, whereas Industry 5.0 focuses on collaborative robotics, or what we call or term as cobots. Okay, so collaborative robotics means cobots, and green technology or green technology systems. So what is the human role in Industry 4.0 versus Industry 5.0? You can see that Industry 5.0 focus and emphasize on the return of human touch in the industrial system, bringing the human back to the center of industrial system as compared to Industry 4.0, whereby the human involvement is minimized in the productions. What are the objectives? In terms of objective, Industry 4.0 optimize the productivity and efficiency. Industry 5.0 balance the productivity with the societal and environmental well-being. Industry 5.0 acknowledge the progress, and the progress must be aligned with the societal and environmental well-being. As for sustainability and customizations, they are the main focus for Industry 5.0 compared to Industry 4.0. In terms of approach to innovations, Industry 5.0 look at the human and technology-driven. Governance and policy, Industry 5.0 focuses on governance-driven with emphasis on the ESG, environmental, social, and governance, whereas Industry 4.0 look at industry-led innovation. So what are the example for Industry 4? Smart factories, full automated system, whereas Industry 5.0 you can see is quite common right now. human-robots collaborations, and green energy systems. Later, we will share more examples about this and what are the impact on the society for Industry 4.0. So you can see Industry 4.0 focuses mainly on economic benefits, whereas Industry 5.0 focuses on the societal well-being and inclusivity apart from the economic benefits. So I hope this will actually help you to see the difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. So what does the implication, what does it actually mean for emerging economies or developing countries? For nations such as Malaysia, Indonesia, and countries that are in the developing world where Industry 4.0 may be still in the infancy stage, or maybe we are still exploring to the full potential of Industry 4.0. Industry 5.0 offer an opportunity rather than a challenge. For example, we may not be having a full implementation of Industry 4.0, but we can integrate the lesson that we learn from Industry 5.0. For example, avoiding the pitfall to replace the human, because Industry 5 emphasizes on the return of human touch to bring back the human into the center of industrial system, for example, cobots. And we also look at sustainable development. Industry 5.0 aligns with the United Nations SDG, that is to enable our industry to grow without depleting the resources. Lastly, is about putting people at the center. Industry 5.0 ensure that technological progress benefit all segments of society, including the rural community. Let's look at some of the example whereas developed nations had already integrated Industry 5.0. Okay, for example, Germany, they have Volkswagen smart factories whereby they implement cobots to help the worker in the assembly lines while reducing energy consumptions. France, they have Airbus, they pioneer hyper-customized. So you can see Industry 5.0, they focus on customizations and using the AI-driven design and eco-friendly materials in the aircraft manufacturing. Circular manufacturing initiative, such as EU, European Union funded projects under the Horizon Europe program, and to enhance the sustainability in sectors such as textile, electronic, and automotive industry. Okay, let's look at China. China has integrated Industry 5.0 into two national strategies, and there are 14 5-year plan, which is from 2021 to 2025, and they have another national strategy that is Made in China 2025, which was launched in 2015 with the aim to make China as an advanced country in manufacturing. So their focus is to look at green and digital transformations. They have a few cities integrated Industry 5.0. Here, I only provide 3 examples. For example, Guangzhou focuses on integrating green energy technology with Industry 5.0 principle. They have advanced robotics, improve the energy efficiency, while maintain the human oversight in the manufacturing processes. Wuhan focuses on digitalization and sustainability efforts. For example, the public bike sharing system. Beijing E-Town is a smart city and also a leading hub for Industry 5.0 innovations. They use cobot and create the sustainable human-centric smart city. And when we talk about the green innovation, what comes into our mind is the electric vehicle. I believe it's quite common for you to see the electric vehicle around. For example, you may see BYD, Build Your Dreams, from China, and we have another one, Tesla. So Tesla, green factories, they incorporate the solar energy and circular material use to align with Industry 5.0 sustainability goal. And so what can we actually learn from Industry 5.0. These are the future directions for emerging economies or developing countries. For example, we can look at our policy, our national policy and infrastructure development. For example, we can actually invest in the green industrial park, smart manufacturing zones to promote sustainable productions. And we can create national policy, for example, to provide incentive on green and digital transformations. We can give tax rebates for companies or corporations that adopt green technology, and to enhance the connectivity by improving the digital infrastructure, such as 5G network. And what else that we can do? We can actually look at the possibility to adopt green technology. For example, provide the incentive for the companies to use the renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, biomass in the manufacturing processes. Also to promote circular economies, like for example, recycling, reusing industrial waste to reduce the or to minimize the environmental impact. Or we can also implement green certification program for the industry days to encourage them to go for sustainability. And lastly, we can have regional collaborations to encourage cross-border collaborations between Malaysia, Indonesia, and other Asian countries to share the best practices. And we also can look at nations that will actually integrate Industry 5.0 and use them as a guideline for our countries, or jointly, we can jointly develop the Industry 5.0 hub among Asians, focusing on the smart city, green technology, and sustainable agriculture. So I would like to conclude my presentation. Industry 5.0 is still in the early stages. However, the emphasis on the human and environmental value is refining the future of industrial practices worldwide. It actually presents a transformative roadmap for sustainable manufacturing. So I would like to mention Industry 5.0 is not a replacement of Industry 4.0. It's basically, we should view it as a natural evolution, and it's actually a call to actions that is a call for the industry to look at the environmental and societal well-being, and let's embrace Industry 5.0 as a present imperative, and together we build industry that are not only smarter, but also more sustainable and inclusive. Thank you so much. And pass the time over to Dr. Ruresh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Daisy. It was really nice, wonderful, and interesting. You spoke about Industry 5.2. You showed us that Industry 5.0 is not a replacement of Industry 4.0. And I think this is a lesson which people should learn. And it's a very human-centric approach for Industry 5.2. You gave examples of cobots, how cobots are working, and this is how technology is being brought as a human-centric technology, where you have cobots, because we have been talking about artificial intelligence, robotics, and there's been a lot of debate on this. So I think you have cleared a lot of doubts here in this. In fact, I want to tell my participants that you can ask questions. You can raise your hand. I'll allow you to ask questions, or you can write your questions on the chat box. Dr. Daisy, we have started receiving the questions in the chat box itself. If you want, I can put a few questions, and we will also discuss the questions at the end when all the speakers have finished. So, actually, I'll just put one question to you right now.
Yeah.
That how can I'm just seeing one question which is I think is an interesting question here. how can Industry 5.0 emphasis on human-centric automation and foster more sustainable business practice while maintaining economic growth? So I think this is a doubt people have. People think that if technology comes in, maybe humans will take a back seat.
Yeah,
And
that
Industry
is the doubt.
5.0 is human-centric. So what are your views in this?
Thank you, Dr. Ruresh, for the question. Yeah, a lot of people actually quite worried and concerns when we see like our data, we are actually focusing more on data right now, and industry have become smarter and technology have become faster, and people we are trying to catch up with the technologies, and it create quite maybe people will think that is a worry for them. Maybe they will be replaced by AI or even robots in the future. And that's why actually Industry 5.0 come in to actually remind us that it's not about human will be replaced by machine or even by robots, but it is about that the human will still be the center of this industrial system. And you can see even we have EVs, electric vehicles, Tesla, BYD. These are actually focuses on your green innovations, whereby we still need human. Basically, the technology are still focusing on human-centric, whereby the human is still the collaborator, is not the competitors. So the technology is not competitors to human, but as collaborators. That is my answer, Dr. Ruresh.
Yes,
So
yes.
you
I
can
think it's a great explanation, and this is how it is. It is coming up. So people should not think that Industry 5.0 will somehow replace humans. It will be more human-centric. I have one very interesting question here on the chat bot, on the chat, and that talks about ethical values. So I'll just read the question. What role do ethical considerations and social responsibility play in shaping sustainable business? I think ethics is an important
the
question
Industry 5.0
when
actually
it
trying
comes
to
to
address.
Industry 5.0
Yeah,
and cobots and all the artificial intelligence.
yeah,
So
Dr.
how
Ruresh.
do you look at that aspect?
Yes, and that's why you can see Industry 5.0 try to address the gaps because we are still in the stage of Industry 4.0. I think many of the developing countries, maybe, we are trying to explore the full potential Industry 4.0. We look at the automations, we look at the, digitalizations, robotics. Okay, but for in Industry 5.0, the focus, that's why they have the key three pillars that I just now discussed. You can see they actually look at the sustainability because for them it is very important for human to actually focuses on the well-being of our planet. They actually that's why Industry 5.0 focuses on green technology, green energy, without depleting the resources. Yeah.
Yes. One last thing which I'll put my question here, Dr. Casey, and then we'll move to the next speaker. And I want to tell my audience that I'll be looking for questions on the chat bot also, and you can raise hands and ask questions. And we'll take questions in the end also when all the speakers have finished. One last thing which I want to discuss here is about sustainability. You spoke about sustainability also, and you said that sustainability is the main focus. There's been a lot of e-waste, electronic waste, which is coming up, and energy, more energy is used in all these technologies. So, what will be the main focus and how sustainability will take place in energy in Industry 5.0?
Okay, Dr. Ruresh, thank you so much for the question. So when we talk about the e-waste, actually there are companies that are also starting to look at the e-waste because they're also trying to minimize the how we call the environmental, minimize the impact on the environment. So I think this is a very good question, Dr. Ruresh, and maybe we can actually suggest to industry and even nation to look at how they are going to manage the e-waste. And definitely Industry 5.0 is also looking at this aspect. That's why there's another pillar that we talked about is about the resilience, building a system or incorporate a system that can withstand the crisis. So if this in the industry waste definitely is, I would say, is a concern, and we should actually look into what are the good solutions that will actually help and to sustain our environment as well. Yeah. This one, we need the help from the industry and also nations to look at this issue. Yeah, Dr. Ruresh, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you. As always, you are full of energy and your explanations are so clear. And thank you for joining. And we'll wait. Maybe after all the speakers have finished, we'll take questions. And if there are any questions, I'll put those questions to
Okay,
you.
thank you, Dr. Ruresh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Daisy. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me introduce our second speaker, Dr. Toko Ban from ViTrox College, Malaysia. Dr. Ban, welcome. Dr. Ban Teoh currently holds the position of Head of School and Senior Lecturer at ViTrox College in Malaysia, overseeing the School of Industrial Management. His extensive academic background includes bachelor's degree in applied statistics and a master's degree in statistics from School of Mathematical Sciences at Universiti Sains, Malaysia. Dr. Teoh furthered his education with a doctorate in organization behavior and development from School of Management at the same university and a second master's degree in counseling from School of Education Studies. In 2020, he was honored with several prestigious awards, such as Best Presenter at the Industry 4.0 Regional Conference, the Editor's Pick at International Postgraduate Symposium in Tourism and Hospitality, and the Best Paper at 6th Asia International Conference. Dr. Teoh is actively engaged in scholarly pursuits, serving as Editor-in-Chief for Annals of Human Resource Management Research, section editor in Sains Business Review, and a reviewer of psychological reports. Additionally, he holds certifications from New Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, Art Drawing House, Three-Person Mindfulness Love Therapy, Mental Health Coaching, and Choice Theory Reality Therapy. So we have a person who has multiple aspects to his personality. Sir, welcome you, and we would like to hear from you your opinions and your views. And you can take your time. We have around 30 minutes here, and probably we'll have some questions after it. And then in the end, we'll have questions. So now, Dr. Teoh, the time is yours. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Rudras. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Teoh. So I'm from ViTrox College, Penang, Malaysia. So I'm very sorry that I'm currently still caught with some cold. So in the middle of my sharing, I might maybe an inconvenience. So, but I hope it doesn't really interrupt the entire sharing. All right, so good morning, everyone. So first of all, let me take this opportunity to thanks to AIBPM for inviting me to be one of the keynote speakers in 2024 Bali ICPM. So I have the honor to deliver on the title of Artificial Intelligence in Business and Management. So without further ado, let me share my slides. Okay. Okay, can you see my slides?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
You can make
Okay.
it a full screen slide, Dr.
Yeah. What about now? Is it full screen now?
No, still not. It's just
not moving.
Okay. What you can do is you can make it full screen and then share the slide. Maybe that will help.
Actually, at my side is already full screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never
So
mind.
you can just remove the sharing
Then I
and
reshare it
then
again.
make it full screen and then share on the Zoom.
All right, sure. Okay. Okay, what about now?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor. All right. So, like what I mentioned earlier, so it is my honor to deliver a little bit on introductions on AI in business and management. All right. So I'm now moving into second slide. Can you see my second slide?
Yes, yes, we
Yes,
can.
thank you very much. All right, so let's begin by looking at how AI, okay, paired with big data, is reshaping the landscape of business planning and management. So, with the rise of AI technology, we are seeing significant changes in workforce dynamics. Of course, it affects us in various ways. So, AI is no longer just a tool for IT or analytic teams. It's also becoming a core part of business processes. So while this create opportunity, it also means disruptions. That's why I say it's upset the workforces. So for instance, tasks traditionally performed by human worker, especially the routine one, so they are being automated already. And this shift required managers at all levels to rethink how they supposed to operate. So adapting to smart machine is not an optional now, but it is an essential. So manager will need to learn how to work alongside AI system using these technologies to improve efficiency and decision making, right? So one of the most immediate impact of AI is on administrative tasks. So right now, managers spend a significant amount of time, or later I'll provide you with the statistics. So on coordinations, reporting, and approval. Imagine how much time could be freed up if AI handle this task for manager. So this means manager can shift their focus to area where human judgment and creativity are irreplaceable. That means they can move from repetitive work, from administrative tasks to towards creativity and also human judgment. So let's look at these statistics. Okay, yeah. So as we can see here, these charts provide insight from a survey of over 1,770 managers, showing their time is distributed across various tasks. So the majority of their time, as we can see, more than half, 53% is spent on administrative coordination and control, and tasks like approval, scheduling, and reporting. This is repeating, and they keep doing it. And most of the time, they are they are allocating their time and schedule just to complete this task. All right. So next, we can see that the second largest is 30% of their time is dedicated to problem solving and collaboration. So of course, what does that mean? It means that it involves working with team to address challenges and ensure smooth operations. Then interestingly, only 10% of their time goes to strategy and innovations. So as we can see here on the right hand side, so activity that drive growth and competitive advantage. So, and the least one is only 7% is spent on people development and stakeholder engagement, which are very critical for long-term successes. So as we can see here, now you imagine if there's a potential, if AI could handle much of the administrative work, if it can come into our workforce, manager could be benefited where they have more time to focus on strategy, innovation, and developing their team or their team forward towards the tasks that truly require human intelligence and leadership. All right. So in this sharing, I would like to propose 5 key practices for successful manager work together with AI. So for the first one is leaving administrations to AI. Second one, we shall focus as manager, we shall focus on judgment work. Third one, treat intelligent machine as colleagues. Fourth, work like a designer. Five, develop social skill and network. So I will go in one by one. Let's discuss the key practices on the first one. All right, so let's discuss the first practice, leaving administrative tasks to AI. So this is one of the most immediate and impactful ways AI can transform management. Why is that so? So as we saw earlier, managers across all levels spend over half of their time, that is about 53% to be exact, on administrative coordinations and control. So this includes tasks like approving document, scheduling, and tracking progresses. So this activity, while necessary, often prevent manager from focusing on strategy initiative or team development. So this administrative responsibility are precisely the one manager expect. So AI to impact the most, I'll say AI to impact the most through automation. So AI can handle repetitive and time-consuming tasks such as data entry, scheduling, or generating report with speed and accuracy. Where human might make mistake, but AI they would not. They would just follow the algorithm that has been built within them. All right, so our second practice is that we shall focus on judgment work. So the core area where human expertise and AI must complement each other, because from here is that judgment work, of course, a lot of people will say that AI helped me a lot in terms of judgment work as well. But from my point of view is that we need to complement each other. Why is that so? Let's look at on the first point, judgment. So judgment is actually the applications of experience, application of experience and expertise to make critical business decision. All right. So it's about using your knowledge and insights to evaluate situations. So solve problem and guide strategy actions, something uniquely human. Yeah. So we need to use, we as a human, we have our knowledge, we have our past experience where we can make a strategic decision. Rather than AI, they are just being told through algorithm. Second one is about strategy. So strategy is actually very, I'll say something that needs manager to focus more of their time on, because manager identify judgment-oriented skill as essential for success in the future. So why is that so? Because as we can see here, creative thinking, it is very important, because creative thinking is to generate innovative idea. So as we know, in order to stay sustainable in business, even though maybe our business is really good right now, but it is not always to be like that. Like what we understand, we have the product life cycle as well. So we always need to think breakthrough through innovative idea. All right, and then second one is experimentations to test new approach. So you got more time, when AI can help you to do this administrative task, then you can focus on experimentation. And third one is actually the data analysis and interpretations to extract meaningful insight. So and strategy development to ensure long-term growth and success. So all this, what we can see over here is that this skill, they go beyond routine tasks. It's not that something keep repeating the same, and it requires critical thinking and adaptability based on the situational factors. So if let's say we can let this situations let AI, for example, we talk about Chat GPT. So we let them to decide for us. Of course, there are still some risks because they can make the best decision based on what they have up to that stage. But we humans are different because we will have different like from the way that I like I'm what I mentioned earlier, the knowledge that we have and the experience that we've gone through, and also the way we are grown up. So it's totally different, and we can do more out of what we have, like experimentation. We can do about creative thinking. We can even do data analysis. We can even do research. That is something that AI cannot do without humans. All right. So as AI take over repetitive and data-heavy tasks, so the spotlight will increasingly fall on human judgment, isn't it? So this shift allow manager to focus on strategy, creative, and interpretative work, making their contribution even more valuable in AI-driven business development. All right. So let's move on to the third one. Okay, third practice, training. We call treating intelligent machine as colleagues. So why is that so? So let's look at the first one as support. So AI excel at providing support. It can provide in three areas. As actually I bought it, but it's not so significant over here. Okay, the first one is decision support. AI can process, like what I mentioned, they can process vast amount of data to provide you insight, recommendations for better decision making. But they couldn't help you to make, I would say, the best decisions. So we can actually take up the support, and we can make the decisions based on what they have provided us. And second one, data-driven simulation, because they can model complex scenario, allowing managers to predict outcome and plan effectively. So something very complex, then they will help you to make it simplify or let you understand the scenario in the easiest way. And the third one is search and discovery. I think this one we are really something that are quite familiar with, especially with ChatGPT. AI simplified the process of finding relevant information, making research faster and more efficient. But I think all of us are aware that it is not always true. So it is something that we need to read, digest, and we need to further research on that in order to come out with I would say standard research articles, right? So the support is provided by AI, then we treat them as our colleagues. And second one is about assistant. They can help us as our assistant. So manager increasingly believe in the capability of AI. They, of course, nowadays, because ViTrox College itself is actually a college inside the company. So it's kind of like a corporate university. So we used to mix around a lot with our managers, with our real industry people. Yeah, so I think some of AIBPM, like Professor Liam, they visited us before. Yeah, so we used to have this partnership together. So we get to know them that they are actually increasingly believe the capability of AI. They really used to do that. Yeah. So if things that doesn't really require manpower a lot, then they can actually do that. So, and trust is advice for making decision. All right. So as we can see here, AI often they are unbiased because they are just showing you what is being like kind of installed or absorbed by them, which can help reduce human error and can try to reduce also the biases in decision making process. So sometimes we take human as assistant. Maybe there are some bias and some risk over there, but AI, yes, because it is an AI, so it is an assistant without biasness. All right. And third one, so as we can see here, it can always provide you insight. All right. So think of AI as an always available assistant. It's ready to analyze data, generate insight, and provide actionable advice. So it can be 24 hours in 7 days, anytime, anywhere. So by treating AI as a colleague, manager can collaborate with intelligent system to enhance their productivity and decision-making capability. All right. Okay, so let's discuss the fourth practice, work like a designer. So what does that mean? The first one, design thinking. So as we can see here, design thinking is about taking diverse idea and turn them into practical and attractive solution. This is we call the most beautiful, because everyone's needs and want, will be catered. So it's a problem solving approach that focuses on, as we can see here, understanding the user needs, what they want, and then encouraging collaboration and building solutions that are both functioning and appealing. That is something that we used to say, something that we used to amaze, because design thinking is, we need to think in a way where not only I think this is the best that I think is good for my customers, but it is something that I can combine, cohesive, and that I can take differently in different opinion perspective and make it into a single product that can offer to different type of people. So embedding this design thinking within their team and organizational practices. All right. And the second one is actually creativity. So creativity is a critical skill, yeah. So manager need to embrace. Of course, it involves experimenting. Of course, creativity, you cannot run away from experiment. So it takes your time. Sometimes if people take it as wasting time, but you have to do that. Otherwise, there is no such thing called creativity. All right, thinking outside the box and taking calculated risks to find solutions. So manager increasingly recognize creative thinking as one of the top skills they need to develop to stay relevant in the future. So we need to do something differently. Just like in marketing, we used to say differentiations. So how are we going to position ourselves? Right? So let me give you one example. When we face with a challenge at workplace, so instead of rushing to to implement solutions, we don't just rush to implement solution. Manager can actually encourage everyone in the team sit down and brainstorm with their teammates. So by fostering, you see, diverse perspective, let me hear from you, and you, all team member, and experimenting with different approach. Once we decide that we do it together, they can create innovative and effective solution that meet the business needs. So that is the way where we can design our thinking from different perspective. And since it is something new from everyone, then it comes with the creativity. All right. So, and the last practice is about developed social skill and network. So, as manager, developing strong social connection and leveraging network is actually becoming more critical in today's interconnected world. So, this is very important. So, manager need to use digital tools and platforms to connect with various stakeholders. Right. So, for example, partner, our customers, supplier, community, everyone cannot run away. So, this technology make it easier to gather insight. So, with AI, of course, easy to collect the information, share information, and we can gather insight, exchange idea, collaborate across different geographical area and organizational boundary. You see, with that, we can actually easily to share. So by tapping into the collective knowledge and judgmental of others, so manager can make a better informed decision. All right. And number two, they must be able to tease out and bring different diverse perspective, insight, and experience. So this is very important where our manager, they must have active listening and empathy and the ability to build trust among different groups. So it's about understanding the value of each voice and bringing them together to solve, we call solve complex problems and collaboratively. So for example, if let's say how we're going to do that. So imagine a manager using an online community forum to gather customer feedback on a new product. So from different country and people come over to provide their feedback. So by analyzing the feedback, engaging with customers, and involving partners, the manager can gain unique perspective that lead to meaningful improvement. So that is some things that develop social skill and networks. Okay, so now we talk about, before I talk about steps to success, previously all these five, sorry, previously with this all these five, yeah. So the summary, we look at this. With AI, we leave administration's work to AI. So with that, you can have more time focus on judgment work. So once you have more time to focus on judgment work, you can do a better decision because you treat AI as your colleagues. And then with that, you have more time to work like a designer. You can design thinking. You can think out of the box, and also you have more time to develop social skill and network, not only to your employee, not only to the ones that we say inside the company, but it is the community, our utmost customer, even our supplier or our partners. So this will be very helpful in business and management, a shift that we can expect. All right. So lastly, step to success. So first one, while AI is already emerged, in our world nowadays. So what we can do is first we need to focus on human. We call human centric. Then the second one, we should focus on strategy as manager. Third one, we shall focus on I would say polishing on our leadership. So let's go in one by one. Human centric. So as we can see over here, job of the manager nowadays, we can focus on things only humans can do. So I just give you one example, like in ViTrox Corporation in my company. So it is, of course, it's different institutions from sorry, different institutions from ViTrox College, but this is what we get to know. Yeah, the manager, they were used to do one-to-one session with each of the employee. So the reporting manager and the respective subordinate, yeah, they have the chance to sit down, and then the company subsidize them with a free coffee, like just like a Starbucks coffee like that. They can sit down, they can talk about their anything they can talk about, anything that they bring up to their concern, they can talk about. So that is something that AI couldn't do, but this is something that a time for manager to understand them, yeah, to align their goal, and also to share what they need the other party to know. So that is something we call human centric. And other than that, like, when we celebrate festivals together, we do things together, that is not AI can do that. Of course, we can send electrical cut, but with human approaching another human, yeah, it's really warm in that sense. All right. And then the second one is about strategy. Okay, so as we can see here, with AI tracking schedule, right? So with AI handling operating tasks like we call it resource tracking, yeah, as we can see here, and also scheduling, manager can free up their time to focus on high level. So AI, they can help you, like even material planning. Now they have their own software that you don't really have to calculate one by one, manual calculations. So all this started to slowly replace by AI. So you can free up your time to focus on high level strategy thinking. This shift allowed managers to direct their energy toward driving long-term growth and innovation rather than being backed down by routine tasks. So they can do something like we call something like, for example, strategy remain unmistakably human. That is to say, something that human usually can think about that. We can, like what I mentioned, our experience, our knowledge, that we can come out a better strategy or improve strategy based on the previous quarter or based on the previous years. That is something that we can enhance. So we'll just leave the schedule or resources allocations to AI, and we have free up our time to do so. All right. And leadership. So as we can see over here, As technology, they take more on routine tasks. So of course, our leader, they have to take the following step. Later, I will tell you what is that. Then to prepare themselves, their organizations for the kind of human-led work that gain prominence. So that means we, like what I mentioned earlier, we need to focus more on human-led work that, it seems to be significant to all of us. All right. So the first one is we need to explore early. So what does that mean? So that means leaders or manager, they need to proactively investigate how emerging technology like AI can be integrated into their organization. Nowadays, we got a lot of type of AI. So how are we going to integrate in our work? So this involves staying informed, experimenting with pilot project, and fostering a culture that welcome innovations. So again, we need to explore early and comes together with innovation. So early adoption ensure your organization doesn't just adapt but leads to change. So explore, that means expected for change. But if you are not expected for change, then there's no, there is no, what we call that, opportunity for you to explore because you don't plan to change, right? So the first one, we always need to, as a leader in this era with AI, you need to explore early. Then secondly, it's time to rethink key performance indicator of KPI, even we academician. So as AI takes on routine work, traditional KPI may no longer capture what truly drives success. So what is really making you, consider as successful? So leaders should create new metrics that focus on creativity, collaborations, and the impact of AI-driven insights. Okay, so for example, measuring the effectiveness of AI in decision making or the collaboration between human and machine. So that is something that we can do that as well. So in our college, so what we did is that we come out a competition, but it is not for students. Yeah, I actually from our management to our lecturers. Yeah, then to show how we incorporate AI into our work. So after at the end of the day, we should present it and then to show, really show some data, significant, improvement in terms of our work. Then we will win a certain number of amount of money. Yeah, so I'm not too sure because I didn't participate. Yeah, but a lot of engineering school and a computer science school, they really participated a lot on that. All right, and then the third one, finally, leaders, they must invest in developing human-centric skill. This is very important because all in all, like all tasks that we can pass to AI, we need to come back to human. We need to come back to things that human can only do, right? So this include training and recruitment strategy that emphasize, when you recruit, you emphasize on creativity, emphasize on people who are good in collaborations, as well as empathy and judgment. So these are the skills that will allow people to complement AI, because with AI already, we need people who can perform on the parts where AI cannot. So they can handle tasks requiring emotional intelligence, strategy thinking, and now decision making. So these are things that we need to develop as a leaders. So for example, if a company integrating AI in supply chain management, they might focus on training their manager to interpret AI driven data, while simultaneously building creative strategy to solve logistical challenges. So with the data, you can get to see what is right or what is out of the, we call the mean process, the usual process. So this blend of human and machine expertise in the way forward. So that is something to say. AI always provide you the insights or the information from the data, but making decisions still come back to you. So come back to you means as a human, as a leader. All right. So with that, that's all for my sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Teoh. It was a wonderful presentation. In fact, I want to tell my participants here that you see, we find a connection between the first speaker, Dr. Daisy. Dr. Daisy spoke about Industry 5.0 and how technology is coming in, and how cobots and artificial intelligence is coming in, and we all cannot avoid Industry 5.0. And Dr. Theo told us more in detail how we should look at AI. And sir, as you said, there has been, you suggested a lot of good practices. For example, we should be focusing on judgment work, we should be focusing on strategy, and that is where we'll get more time with AI. AI can do our administrative work, and that is how. So I think that this is what is the future of industry, and that is what Dr. Daisy was also talking about. And you said, you also talk about very, very interesting. In fact, I'll be including that in my classes also, is that taking machines as colleagues now. So we all should take machines, artificial intelligence as colleagues, and we should expect a lot of support and assistance and insights from them. And this is what you were talking about. And one more very interesting thing, sir, which you said was we should be working like as designers. We should be focusing on design thinking. We should be focusing on creativity. We should be focusing on social skills. And the future of business and industry is more human centric, and you gave a lot of examples also. In fact, a very interesting thing which you said was that you had the competition, and that competition was not for the students, that was for the teachers. So
Yeah.
I think if you have participated, best of luck to you also. And that is, I think, interesting. That I think we should first change ourselves. So, sir, wonderful presentation, and I think the things have moved from Industry 5.0 to the nitty-gritties and we are also getting questions. I had Kushman, you had a question. We'll take that question, or you can type that also.
Oh, sorry.
One thing which I want to ask, and that has come, this question has come, Dr. Theo, is
Okay.
about leadership styles. Leadership, you have been expert on leadership as well as on human resource. So with AI implementation, with AI coming, what changes do you see in leadership styles, and what is the future leader like?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rudras. So let me just confirm with you. So if you are asking me, I mean the question is about with the AI emergence. So what are the changes in leadership style? Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Ah,
yes.
okay. So like what thank you for the question. So actually like what I mentioned earlier, the first one in terms of leadership, it must be collaborative. That is very important. So why? Because leader rely more on AI analytics for decision making. So we are no longer working alone team by team, but we can share our thought, our insight, our data from department across department, or even from one institutions to another institutions. That can be very helpful. All right, that is the first one. And second one, like what I mentioned, also in the previous one, is that with AI, we don't have to really focus much on paperwork anymore or administrative work. Then the leadership actually shall go with empathy and emotional intelligence. So, like using back the example that I told you, because I was invited to be the trainer for the manager in the company. So, I mean, they have to do their one-to-one talking sessions. So oftentimes they think that they don't really want to do it because this thing is wasting their time because they are telling the same thing, talking about works and again, so they don't find it significant. So what I did was I focused on empathy and active listening only. So I said, why not you just try whatever your subordinate tells you? You don't have to you don't have to reply to what they say, but you just nod your head, say things like that, active listening. Then you will see how they feel. And then their feedback to me is that they said that this is the first time my boss never interrupt and listen exactly what I want to say. Otherwise, they will always say that I think my work is really stressful. I got a lot of tasks to do. So usually your boss will say that everyone also busy, everyone also stressed. So maybe from this style, this is our traditional style. So we stop the conversation. And also nowadays, mental health issue is getting serious and more serious. So with empathy and emotional intelligence skills that a leader have, then you can focus on that. Then once you focus more on that, what about the other work? We leave it to AI, like what I mentioned. All right. And of course, we need to have adaptive style, like what I mentioned, because we have to be very flexible. So we need to, as we can see now, okay, nowadays, maybe this task no longer need humans to do. Okay, that's fine. So we shall focus our manpower on other things. So we need to relocate their tasks. So if let's say they are not, maybe they don't have the skill for the other tasks, then we send them for training. We create that kind of positive force for them to work in that place. So that is something that we need to be adaptive and we need to be encouraging as well, because the grow mindset and fixed mindset, you see, a lot of people say that, yeah, I'm very happy and stay comfort zone in this way. Why are you changing me? So that's one thing. If you are not planned to change, then usually you will be taken out from the picture, something like that. So you got to be adaptive. And lastly, I think things that I can think is about transparent communication, very important. So nowadays, we say no gossip, whatever that we want to do or want, because it's very easily accessible. It's not like the previous old time, you see. Clear communication is needed. Why? Clear communication so that we can build trust. So we don't let our subordinate like know it last minute without really discussing with them, because they are also our stakeholders. Without them, we couldn't bring the best value to our customers.
Okay, I think that's very true. In fact, we have some more questions. We have Sulistani. You have raised your hand. If you want, you can unmute and ask your question. And we have so.
Okay, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you're audible. You can ask your question. And then
Yes.
we'll go to, after this, we'll go to the next question also. Yes, Sulistani, please ask your question.
Okay, so first things first, I would like to say thank you so much for the presentation, Dr. Teoh Kolban. It's very interesting because I think it's very intriguing connecting between business strategy, management, and AI, because right now digital era is very kind of big explosion right now. We are talking about it. And one thing that because we think that AI is also becoming a disruption and also becoming an opportunity at the same time. So one thing that I'm excited to talk about is about authenticity, about business management strategy itself. How can we find the authenticity of the leader if they want to make a strategy in their business? Because we know that they can find a strategy and plan through AI itself, like ChatGPT or other something AI tools like that. And then we don't know exactly what is the authenticity from the leader itself. So how can we see clearly it is from the AI or it is from basically from the mindset of the leader itself? So maybe that's all about my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sulias Tiani. It's really good question. Yeah, authenticity is not easy. To uphold. Right, it's really not easy, but it's really something that like what I highlighted in my presentations before. So the first one, like what I mentioned, is like the what we call the transparency that I mentioned. So when we talk about that, we need to have an open and honest communications. Yeah. So we have AI here. We got all this strategy or whatever. It's still now we talk about human centric. So we need to come back to transparency again. So transparency, we need to come with the culture based on the company. So like for example, in ViTrox corporations, we have our core value. Well, our core value, we name it as IACTG. Every single one, we uphold on that, and it is actually part of our KPI. It applies to all lecturers as well because it's a big entity. So I stand for integrity, yeah. Then IA, yeah. A stand for accountability. Then C stand for courage, and then CT trust and respect. T stand for trust and respect. G gratitude and care. So all these are the value. Then our CEO always want us. Let's say we are the leaders, we are the manager. We need to show this in our actions. So our performance, not only on our job performance, but also from the values that we created. So do we really do that or not? If we are really doing that, it will have the positive impact on on our staff. So that is just a case study, yeah, from my current company. So they did IACTG, something like that. So like let's say I'm the one manager today in the company, so I must have the self-awareness. The self-awareness is that, okay, this is my value that I intend to bring to my subordinates. So what should I do? What should I say? I mean, to provide we call support or care or whatever that I can do with my staff. I just give an example. So I know that now I need to be aligned with my company. So IACTG, that's very important. So uh, let's say one of the staff, or I'll say, one of the staff, they did something that he or she likes, but it is not in line with the in line with the company. So we cannot say it's okay, no worry, in front of the staff, but at the back, then we go and gossip or we penalize them, yeah, through maybe their KPI or maybe through their performance score. So that is not right. So integrity is we really need to sit down and talk to the person, but with full with respect. So how we handle things is we cannot run away from our core value and our belief. That is the self-awareness. Then we have to be consistent. What you say, it must be the same as what you do. So say what you do and do what you say as a leader. All right. And the third one is that you need to be really genuine. Genuine is not easy, but genuine is true to oneself. How you feel about the person, you can talk to that person. I always tell my students that, sometimes you're really angry. You hope that you want to tell people that you feel angry. You can tell people about your anger, but you don't have to tell people with your anger. That is two different things. So that is called genuine. So yeah, I'm like for example, okay, maybe I cannot talk to you now. I feel very angry. Maybe I'll come back to you later. Yeah, you let me know that you are having anger now, but you didn't throw your anger to me. That is something that genuine. And of course, empathy. Empathy. This is very important across all platforms. So empathy. I would say the most tiny part is that a lot of people thought that empathy, I stand in your shoes, then after that I will think the way as how you think. So that is not really empathy. Empathy is basically is I stand in like I stand inside your shoes, but I need to think based on your limitation, not based on my own limitation. A lot of people think that, okay, for example, this task is very challenging. I don't think I can really do that. Then let's say, okay, if I were you, I think, okay, I just need to give some more time. Then I need to learn. Ask from senior. Then I can get the answer about this already. Then I can find out what I should proceed next already. So all this is actually not empathy because you put yourself inside the people's shoes, but you still based on your own limitation, not that particular person limitation. So I wrap up again. So in this AI era, so if let's say you want to be, authentic as a leader, so you need to remind yourself and understand what are your core belief and value. Then do what you say what you do, and then after that, really need to be transparent so that everyone is aware about what's going on. Then, of course, the communication channel need to be built, and also genuine and also empathy. This is really things that can help to be authentic. But like what I mentioned, it's kind of like something really still try and error stage. We need to try it and we need to adjust along the way. I hope I answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Teoh. In fact, I see the questions which are coming are also have a theme here. They have been so because right now I have a question on the chat, and this is, I think, one of the very interactive AIBPM conference it is becoming. The topic is so interesting, and everyone is asking questions. I have Sandrianto has asked, and this is a similar question to the last question which came, where you were talking about integrity, and the question was also integrity. Sandrianto has asked that how could AI do be uncompromised with corruption? Because corruption is a problem which we face in our countries, especially developing countries. So, do you see a connection there between integrity, corruption, and the technology which is coming in? So, will that help us in improving our systems?
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Dr. Rudres. So let me confirm the question again. So it's asking about how AI helps in corruption in a country.
Corruption. And how
Oh,
can it be uncompromising to corruption?
oh, that means oh, okay, okay. How AI can uncompromise? Okay, so well, this is something something that I never think of that we can how AI can really help on that. Mm. But for at this moment, what we can do, I think when we talk about corruptions, then it talks about data. Huh. So yeah, the data transparency, I think again is still very important because AI process the data. So when you process the data, how you handle the data, how you collect the data, yeah, you need to track and we need the audit. That is very important. So the first one is that with AI, when we put AI into the situations, I mean in case, then we need to make the data transparent so that we know how we get it and see the entire process. And then also the pattern detection. I think because in AI, they will run some, I would say pattern, then they will detect certain pattern. Yeah, that is what usually AI did. It depends on what kind of algorithm you do. So we need to have I mean, during running that, if let's say that is a suspicious, but I'm not too sure how it looks like, but because in my first degree, when I studied my applied statistics, so what I'm doing about quality control. So if there's a certain pattern it comes out, that means the process is out of order. So coming back to this, if let's say we do the data analysis, especially like things like time series, the money value. So if there is a pattern, that is something that we can detect it, and maybe we can really focus and study what was going on. Maybe that there's some sorts of corruptions or how, but in detail, of course, the linkage I'm not the expert, but that is something that sorry I can link off, and sorry sir, and automated then of course automated monitoring is that our AI, they will help to reduce human interventions. So if let's say we are able to come out such AI from the beginning until the end, so we can minimizing the bias or tampering from the humans, because AI can take care of the process. And also we should take up the support of people. We call what blower, whistleblower. Whistleblower is that means that ensure anonymity and protection for reporting corruption. So if that is that I mean that was someone spotted to be doing these corruptions, we can actually let them to do that as well. Yeah, and also predictive analysis. So based on the past when AI is running, so it's supposed to have a certain we call recognized trend. But if it is not, then AI can give you a signal. Then there we can catch them again. So in summary, I can just say that if let's say AI they are able to capture and then they can handle the data. Okay, from the beginning, we take in the data. How we take in the data, everything until how we process the data, it can be transparent. That's first thing. Then when it comes out a pattern very suspicious, then we can stop there and we can check, or we predict that it's supposed to be in this way, but it is not. Then we can also check from there. So from there is that AI can help you to or prompt you to see maybe there's a possibility of corruptions. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's a great insight from you that AI is more data driven, it's more process driven,
Yes.
it can be more impartial. So
Uh,
I think the future can be bright with when it comes to corruption and the problems which we have
yes.
at our. Thank you, Dr. To. I think a very interesting and very interactive session we had with you, and we'll wait. I want to tell my participants that you can raise hands and you can ask questions also. Um, uh, um, we have one question, but I think we can take this question at the end also, which is I think Dr. Mr. Noor is asking to continue the question. Then we have to address the black box effect of AI, as well as it can also be biased, especially in handling corruption. What he's saying that Mr. Noor is saying that AI can be biased also because there is a black box effect that we don't know how it is taking. I think that will be a challenge. What do you think, sir? We will have these kind of challenges in future.
Sorry, beg your pardon, sir. What was the question?
The question was that AI can also be biased towards people. There can be a bias. Um, uh, so, um, um, uh, how will that uh, uh, be in future,
Uh,
especially when it comes to corruption?
okay. Uh, but if let's say AI, okay, I think first we need to understand that AI because it was, I mean, it usually used to train the data. All right. So write the algorithm, yeah, to train the data so that we can learn from the historical data. So if let's say the results comes out, it could be biased. That means the data itself that we provide to AI is already biased. So AI itself is like what you give it, then it will just train
That's true.
accordingly for you to see whether it is right or wrong. Of course, AI it doesn't know whether it is right or wrong, but it just follow the steps. So
Steps.
AI could be biased due to the data itself bias. Yeah. Then and of course, when we want to talk about data, when we have the data entry, we do it by ourselves or in the very first stage when we do coding. So maybe there's a human error, then it become bias as well. Then like our user input bias, all this like when we do research, representation bias, our sample that we collected is biased. So what I want to say is the entire process of AI, from the beginning until the end, they will just follow exactly what you ask them to do. So uh, either bias or not, it depends on what we did from the beginning until we pass them the data, accumulate the data, and keep training the data. So AI can be biased or not. I will just say that it is not likely to be biased because it just follow exactly the algorithm. But somehow why it can be biased because of the data that we channel in. So if let's say we want to tackle this, we need to tackle from, I mean, we need to double, triple check or find some ways to check on the data accuracy and transparency before we let them to go in the training. Yes.
Okay, Dr. Teoh. In fact, we are getting more questions here, but I want to tell my participants that we'll take these questions in the end. They are asking about the research directions also. What can be the research which can be done by teachers and professors and data? Yes, you said that have to be careful about data on which we are training our AI. So that is something. So Mr. Noor, I'll keep your question for the end. And in fact, because I want to ask all my participants, all my keynote speakers about the research directions, because this being a research conference, so I'll take this research question at the end. And about your question on the garbage in, garbage out problem of AI, I think this we have to be careful about this. So thank you, Dr. Tho, and thank you for giving your time. And we'll wait till the end, and we'll have more questions for you because I'm not able to stop the questions which are coming. So and people are interested, and it was a wonderful and a very nice presentation and very informative. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Rudras.
sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, AIBPM. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll move to our next speaker, Dr. Ranjit PV, who's a professor at MS Ramaiah Institute of Management, Bangalore in India. Welcome, sir. Dr. Ranjit holds a PhD in Commerce and Management with a NET and MBA in the area of marketing and operations. His area of teaching includes supply chain management operations and operation research, operations management, business statistics and operations, marketing analytics. He has spent more than 2 decades in teaching in Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore. Also, he is closely associated with X-Culture and Nusantra of AIBPM, which are organized by AIBPM as international projects. He has been keynote speakers in various international conferences. At present, he is working as professor of operations and supply chain management area in MS Ramaiah Institute of Management, Bangalore. So, Dr. Ranjit, welcome, and the time
Thank
is
you, sir.
yours.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
So I would like to share my one. Just
sure, sir.
Is my slide visible?
It's just coming. Yes, it is visible now, sir.
So in fact, this is not the first time that I'm coming as a keynote speaker, but I found the theme very interesting. So that's why I was thinking what has to be talked about, though I'm not an expert in this.
Yeah, and that is why we are getting a lot of questions here, sir. Very interactive it is becoming.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Please continue.
What I was thinking is about the topic and all these things. So I'm starting from where the previous speaker stopped. So I'm answering your question also, Dr. Dresh. So one area of research which can be done is what I'm going to present today, which is exploring the intersection of innovation management and changing social dynamics. So I think relevantly or more predominantly, a lot of research will happen now in the area of how social dynamics will coexist with artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, and so and so. So this is what's going to be the future for now. How we are able to manage people and dynamics of changing systems because of the advent of system, or artificial intelligence and other so-called technology changes. So I think this is what is the main thing. So I thought, let me just go into that. Though this is not a research paper, but I just thought about giving some insights which everybody knows, but again, reinforcing the facts. So what the main aspects which I'm going to cover here is the evolving social landscape and its impact on leadership. So what I feel is that, and again, I'm answering to some of the questions which I was listening to. What is going to happen now is the hard skills is going to be done by the so-called machines. But the soft skills you talk about, the interactions, the leadership, the social systems, that's going to be the changing scenario now. So there's going to be a lot of emphasis on the leadership. There's going to be a lot of emphasis on interactions. There's going to be a lot of interaction, a lot of dimension thinking about team development. So these are going to be the main aspects which are going to be there in the future. So the traditional management models will change, new things will change, coming as of now. It's already come, but it's going to change the whole system. But leadership, teamwork, soft skills, social changes, the need for interactions, I don't think these things will change a lot. So if you look at this aspect, let me first go into the aspect of innovation, what we are talking about, and how innovations have come. Most of the things we already know. So innovation has now come because of different reasons. One of the reasons, of course, technology. New technologies have emerged, so that has brought a lot of innovations into the market. Business has changed into a different dimension now, and society has changed its ways. Now, if you look at it, uh, say 10 years before, in India at least, we can say, we never used to think about payment online, but now very few people are carrying cash in their pockets. All of them are done through the online system, either through using credit card or debit card or Google Pay, which is used very much in India. So the needs of the society has changed, and how that has helped the organizations to innovate. So organizations have understood that it's not going to be the traditional thing. You have to integrate things which are changing in, and it's important to understand what customer want, but it's more than that, what customers really are interested in. For example, Ritz-Carlton is one this example I tell to even students. Ritz-Carlton is one example which you can clearly see. See, if, the classic example is one family went to a Ritz-Carlton hotel in somewhere in US, and when going back, the family, the kid actually lost his stuffed giraffe. So this is not a very recent example, but a good example to show what is changing. So stuffed giraffe was left behind by the family. The kid started crying because very small kid wanted that. So the hotel understood that this has happened. So what they did was, instead of directly giving back to them, they innovated. They understood what the customer wants, and they took a lot of pics of the stuffed giraffe in different angles, in swimming pool, in the room, with decoration and all those things, and they made a collage of it, and they sent it to the family with the stuffed giraffe. So when the family reached at the home, the digitally innovated, the technologically advanced and uh, realistic looking giraffe and its pics was seen by the family, and they were so happy. So this is going to be the thing. What is the customer required is not an issue now. What will delight the customer, and that's where technology is coming in. So there are a lot of things like AI is coming in, Internet of Things is coming, blockchain is coming in, but more importantly, there has to be a lot of emphasis on sustainability, diversity and equality, which is going to be the real question which will come when you go ahead. There are a lot of emphasis on gig economy, contract work, people working in different places, remote work, which is already seen after COVID-19, so all these things are coming in. And best example could be, one of the examples could be Tesla, which talks about greenery, sustainability, and managing all these things with societal demand. In fact, right now we are doing a study on green supply chain. I think that's going to be another area, what is going to be the impact on society on green supply chain, and also an emphasis on giving the right picture outside. A lot of companies are now going to be questioned on whether they are doing ethical facts. So greenwashing is going to be an issue now. So societal aspects, giving the right picture, ethical dimensions, diversity, all these questions are going to come in future a lot. So you are now going to talk about, and I think this is the area where a lot of research will happen answering Dr. Rudresh's question. So there's a lot of demand for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the sustainability, which definitely everybody knows. And I think there's going to be a lot of questions and a lot of research will come into an integration of technology, diversity, mental health awareness, work structure. These are the areas which are going to be a real focus areas coming forward. One of the examples which I found out is a company called Patagonia, which is mainly a clothing company. They are a leading example of how they are evolving with impact of technology and its strategy, and combined with social aspects. So they look into the aspect and they say if the particular cloth is not environmentally friendly, they say don't buy this jacket. So that's going to be the mantra forward. A lot of emphasis on environmental side and sustainability from the organization side, and a lot of emphasis on mental health awareness from the social side. So a lot of technological advances already happening. Remote work, as I already told, I think the previous speaker was talking a lot about data analytics, data driven. A lot of emphasis will now come in DEI and CSR, which is already happening. That's a very important aspect which is going to come. For example, Microsoft is talking about sustainability, completely carbon negative by 2030, which is a very focus area nowadays with a lot of organizations. When you think about rethinking management in terms of innovation, and I'm looking from that angle of innovation only, the three important aspects which are going to be happening, and I think that's most important among this is the leadership is going to be agile management, which is talking about speed, flexibility, and the best example is what we call as Spotify, which is using teams which are called as squads to innovate and adapt to the market changes. There's going to be a lot of focus on the leadership, taking innovations to a higher level, risk-taking abilities. Best example, we don't have to go anywhere, but Jeff Bezos has created a culture where they say, of course, it's okay if you fail, but you have to go for improvement. Now, if I don't know how many of you are cricket fans, but this is what England is taking forward in the cricket team. They say, let's fail. Let's not worry about what is the result. Let's be aggressive. And I think that's going to be the mantra. Let's go for what is going to be the need of the hour. In that process, you might fail, but that's okay. That's going to be a paving way for success in future. So innovation is going to be a very important thing. And definitely, as I already given the example of Ritz-Carlton, customer-centric and customer delight is going to be the focus. And you don't have to go anywhere else, but Apple is the best example for that. Meanwhile, when you go for all these things, there are going to be challenges and which are going to be in between, which I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about two small case studies which are already well known. One is, of course, Netflix, which has changed from DVD rentals to nowadays the leading Netflix, leading OTT platform in the world, one of the leading platforms in the world. I've not gone into what is the exact market share right now, but they are they are adapting themselves to global accessibility and diverse content. And if you see the content, I don't think any OTT platform can defeat Netflix in terms of how the content is evolved over the time and how they are involving the employees and empowering them to come out with innovations. And I think that's one of the reasons why they are able to come out with such diverse content in terms of whether it is movies or whether it is episodes or anything else. Their content is superb, and I think that's where the employee has come into the force. And another thing is the sales force, which is basically into understanding and developing software for customer centricity and CRM focus. They focus on equality within the workplace and equality in the leadership and innovating using cloud-based services. Combining technology with leadership is a very, very interesting case with respect to how the innovation is changed. Remember, until unless there is complete transformative leadership coupled with employee empowerment, these things will never happen. So when you are going into all these things, there are going to be challenges, there are going to be opportunities. So resistance to change, we already have that resistance, right? In fact, that was the previous question, previous speaker was talking about. So there is going to be resistance to change. Even we don't want to change unless there's absolute necessity. We don't want to change our comfortable area, comfort zone. We don't want to change, but that's going to be one of the main challenge. Ethics, which I already talked about, how do you balance innovation with ethics? So when you look into incorporating a lot of innovation, a lot of technological advancements, definitely there is going to be unethical practice. So how do you balance it is going to be an issue. And I think the most important thing is if technology comes in a lot, what about the jobs? What about the employees? What do they do? So, and how do you manage the society? And that is going to be a conflict which is going to exist. So how do you manage that is going to be a challenge. But at the same time, there are opportunities because there is innovation, new markets will be there, new ideas will come. You can see so many startups coming in with different ideas now, different changes. Employee will be more engaged because without their, for example, Netflix, without their ideas, without their innovation, nothing will happen. And obviously, when you have a lot of technology, again, as previous speaker talked about, there will be a lot of responsible and ethical, I can't say responsible and child directed, inclusive growth as far as the organization is concerned. Best example is Tesla, we already discussed. So there will be a nexus, of course. So you'll have to manage flexibility, you have to manage ethical things, you have to talk about inclusivity, you have to talk about social impact, you have to talk about the sustainability, you have to talk about technology also, and leaders must be able to balance all these things and create growth, and that's going to be a real question. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. This is it from my side.
Thank you, Dr. Ranjit. I think you made my job easy by answering the question on research. And you gave a very detailed answer on this. And in fact, you have taken the discussion further on the technology front, that innovation and research on innovation, things related to innovation, creativity will be the future. And this will be more of soft skills that will be important rather than hard skills in future, in coming time, in industry 5.0, what Dr. Daisy was talking and Dr. Tao was talking about, the more of softer aspects. So we see clearly in this conference also, we see that we are moving from technology to the soft skills. And then you spoke about social paradigms and agile management, and you gave examples of Spotify, Netflix, how Netflix has been so creative and been so successful. And the challenges also, the challenges are the same which you spoke about change management. Change management is a big resistance which is coming with technology. Ethics, you spoke, and people are also worried about ethics. I would like to tell my viewers that you can raise hands, or you can ask questions in the chat box, and you can write questions on the chat, and I'll take those questions. And in the meanwhile, just let me check if I have some questions here. And yeah. So I think we are talking about innovation here. So how do you okay, sir. So the challenge is, how do you integrate innovation with the technology? I think this is the question which I have got here, on how can technology and innovation can be integrated, sir. What are your views on this?
Yeah, in my opinion, organizations have to have, first of all, organizations have to have a bottom-up approach if you really want to look into integrating technology with innovation, first of all. Second, uh, do the manage or rather is the management really interested to invest on integrating any kind of innovative ideas or changes with and incorporating technology, because this is going to be, at least in the beginning, a little expensive. So is the management ready for that? That's going to be the second question. Third question is, if you are doing that, uh, is the society in the sense, first of all, society here is the employees, and then go to the external stakeholders. So are they really impacted? Is it in the positive way, or is it in the negative way? So that's a third question which the organizations have to ask. But having said that, I think if you really are ready to take it a step forward and use artificial intelligence or any other technologies and try to be innovative in terms of idea implementation, or system implementation, whatever it is, I'm sure in the long run, customers will have more benefits, customers will have more takeaways, and that will help the organizations to thrive and come up in their value chain, come up in terms of what they're going to gain. So definitely, it's not going to be easy. That's where leadership comes into the picture. That's where the organization system has to come into the picture. That is where I think the corporate strategy is going to be very, very important in terms of how you look into it. And that's where I think, and I don't know whether it will work, but like a system like OPEC, I'm sure if you really want to have a integrated innovative system with technological upgradation and a societal upliftment, I think organizations will have to work together to really cater to the needs and wants of the customer, at the same time being profitable in their approach. I think that's my opinion.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Ranjit. I think that was, in fact, a question here also. In fact, you have answered it, that how to manage innovation in this environment. I have one more question here, which has come to me from the audience, is what ways do shift in social dynamics, such as increasing diversity, changes the consumer behavior, and how it influences management strategies here. So these shifts which are happening with technology, and it is changing the social dynamics also, and it is probably changing the consumer behavior, because you gave examples of Spotify and Netflix. So how it is influencing the strategy, especially with regard to innovation within business. So I
So
think
the
this is the
best
question
example.
I have here.
Correct. The best example, at least from the Indian perspective, I can say is Google Pay. Now, previously, um, everybody, in fact, even the any kind of person, even people who are traveling in metro, used to travel cash, used to travel with cash. Now, if you see, when you go to buy anything, even fruits from the market, that person will have also have a scan, with a Google Pay or with the Paytm or whatever scanned process is there, where you can scan and send and receive the money. So this was an innovation which happened, and this has changed the way people look. And now if you see more, all the a good percentage of customers and a good percentage of organizations, small scale, medium scale, even the lowest type of retailers, are using online transactions to an extent. So you can see that it didn't take much time for people in a country like India to think about using this, and they are benefiting from it. So this must be same with a lot of countries. Maybe it will take a little bit of more time or a little less time, but I'm sure when the consumer, who's the consumer? Finally, he's the human being. So he is also an employee somewhere. So definitely, when you start thinking about how I can make the life comfortable for another person, he will start thinking about what I can do. So that innovation comes from that discussion. That's where I told you that organizations have to be now form a nexus kind of thing, and for the good, and talk and think similar, and find out how they can benefit the consumers by coming out with the new innovation. So I think Google Pay is one of the best example I can find out from the Indian perspective, and that must be same with most of the other countries also. I hope I have answered the question.
Yes, yes. So we have. I think I want to ask my participants also to read the messages which are there in the chat about the publication and AIBPM journals. They are giving all the information there. So please read those things. We have a number of journals, AIBPM journals, and those links are there. You can just go them and find out how you can publish there. And about your questions, you can put these questions in the chat and raise hands, and we'll take these
Dr. Udesh,
questions in the end also. Yes, sir,
yeah,
please.
if I want to add, I have a session from the college. So if any questions are there, it is fine if we can do it now itself. And
Sure, sir. I just have finished my questions
yeah,
also,
yeah.
sir.
No,
And it
if
was
anybody has questions, anyone has questions, it's better to complete it now, because I might
yes,
have
yes,
to
sir.
leave.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think now we have finished the
No,
questions here.
actually, previous
Yes, sir.
speaker got a lot of questions. A lot of doubts were cleared at that time itself. So that
Yes.
actually he helped me in that way to an extent.
No, no, that's in fact, sir, this is one of the most interactive conference which we have.
Yes, sure,
Just
sure.
one
Yeah.
question, sir, which has just come, so we'll need a
Yes,
quick
yes. Sure, sure, sure,
answer
sure.
for that.
Sure, sure.
Is what role does leadership play in navigating tension in this era of disruptive technology and maintaining social responsibility? So I think this was a very interesting question I saw. So
Yeah.
I thought I'll just put a quick question to you.
No, if you look at that's what I was given the example of say Tesla, or if you take the example of Netflix. How do we empower the employees so that they are also engaged in decision making? It's a very important dimension which is going to come, especially in today's scenario. Second thing is, is the leadership flexible enough to understand what is happening? Are they willing to take extra dimensions to cater to the customer demand? Now, all are talking about specifically talking about one-to-one marketing. Is it happening till now? I don't think so. But that's going to be the dimension in which you are going to take. Now, as far as we are concerned in India, maybe 50 years from now, are we going to get 140 crore mobiles, which are entirely different from each other? Maybe 50 years, maybe from now, or 100 years from now. And I think that's going to come only when the management, the leadership of any organization understands this. These are the changes which are required, and empower the employees to help in decision making. Second aspect which is going to come is the angle towards sustainability, sustainable practices, environmental thing, and making sure that you are not harming the environment. Third aspect, which is a very important thing which is going to come, is are we talking about ethical aspects? Are we portraying ourselves in the right way, or are we projecting something which we are not? And I think that's another thing which is going to be the very important responsibility for leaders. And last but not the least, are we really looking into the customer concerns? I'm not talking about what the customer needs, but customer concerns and customer problems. And not only, I'm not talking about a group of customers, I'm talking about each individual customer. Are we able to solve that customer problems, individual problems? Are we reaching there? So these areas, if you can really focus on, then the things will change. And I think that's going to be the role of top management. I hope I have answered the question.
Okay. Yes, sir. Obviously, and I think a wonderful explanation and a very good presentation, sir.
Thank
As
you, sir.
always, you have been part of AIBPM conferences as keynote speaker, and we would
Always,
like to
always
hear
thanks to AIBPM and you.
Yes, yeah. That we reflect in Professor Lim's energy. That we can see, and the team and the way they execute these conferences. You and me, we know how difficult
one
it
more
is.
thing which I want to add. Today I'm seeing around 114, 115 participants, which is quite remarkable for online, especially at this time in the morning.
In the time in the morning,
Yes.
and so interactive people have been there. I've been getting floods of questions, and so that is so. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining, and
Thank you.
we hope to see you more in the AIBPM conferences.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Udesh, and thank you, AIBPM. Thank you all. Thank you, participants. I might have to leave. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we have now the next speaker, Dr. Anak Agung Satia from Universitas Airlangga, Indonesia. Dr. Agung is a lecturer, researcher, consultant in the field of accounting and information system. He has been permanent lecturer in the Department of Accounting at the Faculty of Economics and Business, University Airlangga since 2005. He obtained his master's degree in accounting from Universitas Airlangga in 2008 and completed doctoral studies in accounting sciences at Universities Airlangga in 2023. His research focuses on accounting information system, qualitative methods, sustainability, big data, and community development. He is an expert in qualitative data analysis using NVivo software, actively participating as a speaker and a moderator in seminars, workshop, conferences at the national and international level. Throughout his career, he has authored more than 90 publications in reputable international journals and accredited national journals, as well as authored more than 9 books. He has achieved recognition 4 times as Best Paper and Best Presenter at international and national conferences, certified as qualitative researcher and international reviewer. He serves as reviewer for Scopus Index journals ranging from Q1 to Q4 and numerous international and national journals, as well as regular reviewer for various international conferences. He is also served as editor to various international and national journals. We welcome you, sir, and we hope our students and the participants will benefit. And welcome again, sir. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rudresh Pandey. Can you hear my voice? It's
Yes,
clear
we
now?
can hear you, sir, clearly.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much to join this international conference. I think this is good conference, yeah. This is the second time in this year I am as a keynote speaker. And for today, I will deliver the information. Yeah, we think and we discuss about rethinking management in the context of evolving in social paradigm. So let my okay,
If
it's
you can make
visible
it
now.
full screen, sir. Yeah, it is now full screen. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So this is my title for today, Rethinking Management in the Context of Evolving Social Paradigm. So for the introduction, we know the world is witnessing shift in the societal norm expectations influenced by globalization, technological advancements, and heightened awareness of sustainability. So this evolving paradigm necessitated a revaluation of traditional management, yeah, practice. So in social science, because my background in accounting, so I try to deliver what I'm give information about the social science, over valuable insights into understanding and navigating the change, yeah, the change of the global, technological, and the sustainability. So on this slide, I want to explore the relationship between evolving social paradigms and management, emphasize the importance of integrating social science principles into modern organizational strategies. So as we know that the evolving social paradigms refers to the collective shifts in societal values, attitudes, and also behavior. In the example, the rise of digital economy has redefined the workplace dynamic, while movement for social justice demand more inclusive and also the ethical leadership. This change underscored the relevance of rethinking management in response to contemporary challenges. In the historical context, we can see how the management theories have a significant evolution, reflecting a broader societal change. Initially, the classical theory, for example, the scientific management that emphasized in efficiency and hierarchy, and over time, human relation approach, yeah, and introduce the importance of employee well-being and social dynamic in organizations. So, on this historical context, we have some key shifts that include, yeah, we have three shifting. Yeah, the first one, industrialization, that focus on productivity and standardizations, and the second emphasize on human relation and organizational behavior. We can take a look back in the post-World War II, yeah, and currently, yeah, recently in the digital era, in the technological, we prioritizing the innovation, the flexibility, and also the knowledge sharing, how we share our knowledge, connect with the digital and the technology. So, for the case study in the case shift, we can see the IBM, yeah, the IBM highlights, yeah. We initially know for rigid hierarchies, IBM's transformation in the 1990s under the CEOs, yeah, Logos embrace a customer-centric and adaptive management style, and demonstrating the importance of aligning practice with societal changes. So in the contemporary social trends, yeah, we have also the three trends are reshaping management. The first one, we call it globalization and diversity. Yeah, as we know that organizations operate in global marketplace, they require sensitivity to cultural differences. For instance, PNG, yeah, the case study Procter and Gamble's regional marketing strategies demonstrate how to effective adaptation to diverse consumer needs. The second is digital economies. As we know, for example, the Googles exemplify the integration of digital tools to enhance collaboration and innovation. And the last one, yeah, this is the point that all globals, yeah, all the worlds, yeah, commit with the environmental responsibility that showcase leadership aligned with societal demand for ethical business practices. And I think this trend is very necessary, yeah, from traditional hierarchies, yeah, to agile, to adaptive and inclusive in organizational model. So we can take a look about the impact of social paradigm of management. In evolving societal norms, yeah, profoundly influence leadership style and workforce expectation. In today's, employees value inclusivity. In example, mental health, yeah, and work-life balance. In example, in the case of a Netflix, offer flexible work policies to attract and retain talent. And also, I think our university also try to keep maintain the mental health and work-life balances, especially for us, yeah, in academia also, how to work-life balance. And also in the leadership style, for example, in servant leaderships, yeah, public servant have gained prominence, emphasizing the empathy and the community building, community empowerment, yeah. Resistance to change can lead to a failure as seen in Kodak's, yeah, the case study in Kodak, inability to adapt to the digital photography revolutions, yeah. So what is the key theoretical insight from the social science? I try to categorize into three insights. Yeah, the first one in organizational behavior theories. Yeah, how we highlight the role of motivation, the teamwork, the leaderships in achieving organizational goals. The second one, sociology and anthropology. Yeah, we offer insight into cultural dynamics and group behaviors. And the last one, behavioral economics and decisions making. This uh, this insight explains decision-making process and the impact of cognitive biases. For instance, you can see that the Maslow hierarchies, the Maslow hierarchies of needs underscores the importance of addressing employees' basic and psychological needs to foster engagement and productivity. I think Maslow hierarchy also a little bit changes, in the primary. I think we know in the primary needs is Wi-Fi, for example, the internet, I think, So, uh, what about the case study of, like I mentioned before, in the case study, we can see how the companies in success, the transformation success, for example, the Microsoft, how they transform the cultural highlights, the importance of empathy, the collaboration, and also the innovation in adaptive to change. And we can see also, we can learn in failure case study. For example, the Blockbuster reluctance to embrace digital streaming technologies lead to its ignoring the paradigm shift. That's for the illustrations. And also, what the point that we can learn about this, about the company who achieve success fully and the failures, it's about the critical rules of adaptability and forward thinking of managements. So what is the challenging in adapting management practices? Uh, the challengings, the number ones, the challenge is resistant to change. I think we can we can learn how the employee, how the leaders may resist new practices, new paradigms due to fear of the unknown or loss of status. That's the first one. And the second one, balancing innovation with traditions. We can learn how striking the right balance between preserving core values and embracing innovation is really critical. For examples, traditional industries like banking face significant hurdles in adapting financial technology solution while maintaining trust and stability. Okay, so we move to the emerging trends in management. Emerging trends in management. This is we redefine the rules of manager, the rules of the leaders. What is the characteristic of the leaders now? One is agile. We encourage rapid adaptation to change. Teach companies like Spotify, we can learn with Spotify, use agile framework to foster innovations, and leader think about the mental health. The organizations such as the public or the firm public of accountant, for example, Deloitte, that prioritize mental health initiative, recognizing their impact on productivity. And also the last one, of emerging trends in management is a flat structure. We need to collaborative. We need to collaboration. We adopt the collaboration and also decision making speed. We can imagine about the organization with the long structures, long hierarchies, into the one door, one stop, what we call it, one stop door, yeah, to collaboration, to decision-making speed. So the strategy framework in the modern management, yeah, according to the strategic framework, yeah, we need to incorporate social science principles. What is the meaning? The meaning is understanding human behaviors and also social trends, yeah, that can guide us to make a decision. This talk about decision making. And the second is cultivate uh, continuous learning. Yeah, we encouraging upskilling and adaptability to ensure long-term relevance. Yeah, in example, we can learn with case study in the Unilevers. Yeah, Unilever focus on leadership development programs that prepare their employees to address future challenges effectively. So, what is the conclusions of our talking today? Yeah, we need to interplay between the social paradigms and management underscores the need for continuous re-evaluation of organizational strategies. Yeah, by integrating insight from social science and embracing emerging trends, yeah, we hope the managers, yeah, can lead organization toward sustainable success. So what the action? Yeah, what the action? Yeah, we need leaders to remain the adaptable, the empathy, the empathetic, and the forward thinking to thrive in ever in the changing worlds. Okay, I think that's my presentation for you all, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your attention. Back to you, Dr. Rudres Pandey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I think a wonderful presentation and explanation from you, sir. In fact, the whole discussion has been to one direction, and you have shown us that how management is evolving, how management, the globalization is giving new paradigms in management. You spoke about challenges also, change management, and I think the other speakers also were talking about the same challenge of change management. So I think that is one of the very important outcome of this conference today, that the major challenge in today's industry 5.0 or with technology is the change management. You also spoke about innovation, but you added traditions also to that. I think that is a very, very relevant addition. How can we have innovation with traditions? Because if you see countries like India, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, they have very rich traditional traditions and which are there, which are very rich traditions which we have. So I think that is a very, very important input which you gave. And you also said agile management, mental health, collaborative and flat governance. So I think that is very important point which you said. You also gave examples of Spotify, which one of my other speakers also have. So I think there's a lot of similarity which we are talking about. I have one question here, sir, which I'll put. How can traditional management hierarchies evolve to support more decentralized decision making and greater employee opportunity and greater um, um, the question I think here is we have been a traditional management where there were hierarchies. Now the organizations are becoming more flat, as you said, and so hierarchies evolve and change. These companies can change to support this new paradigm and decision making, where you have to give lot of autonomy to employees, sir. What are your take on this?
Okay. The question about the traditional management hierarchies, yeah. In my experience, in my research, yeah, in my research regarding the transformation of the system, yeah, the agricultural system. In example, yeah, agricultural system in Bali, yeah, we call it subak, yeah, we call it subak in Bali. Formerly very traditional, yeah, the very traditional. Even they have the tools, yeah, the tools and the technology. But the challenging is about how we can maintain our data, yeah, our big data, yeah, our big data that can transform into information, and the output is fast and real time of decision making. So I think this is not short process. Yeah, this is we cannot take a short period of time, yeah, to changing the traditional into the modern, yeah, into the modern, yeah. The key point is the how we adopt the technological, yeah, we adopt the innovation and also the big data into our organizational structures. Yeah, I think that our challenge after we change the organizational structures. Yeah, I think we can achieve the accountability and also the organizational cohesion, yeah, in rapidly the changing social landscapes. So before we re-evaluate, yeah, re-transform our organization, there are so many stages that we need to do. Yeah, we need to identification SWOT, yeah, SWOT analysis, what our strength, what our threatness, opportunity, and also our challenging, yeah. And also we need to identify our systems, yeah. When we call it the system, yeah, we think about what data as our input into system, and also how to process it, the data, and what output, yeah, what output of the system, because the system include the organizational structure. We cannot identify each one by one. Yeah, that's the collaboration, that's the integration system, and also the technological and the big data what we challenge today. I think that's my reason for the first question, Dr. Rutres.
Okay, okay. I think, sir, that is a very genuine. I have one question from Devi Augustina. What is the question here? I'll just read that question to you. To what extent can management truly balance increasing demand for social responsibility with the need of profitability? And is realistic for business to prioritize long-term societal impact over short-term financial gain? I think it's a very valid question, sir. And you being with an accounts background, you know how important profitability is for a business to run. But there is a need for social responsibility also, and with that technology. So how do one balances these two things, sir? What is your opinion on it?
Yeah. Okay. I have the research about this one, yeah, because this one is very related to the social responsibility. As we know, we have corporate social responsibility, we have sustainability, but now we need to make it balance, yeah, between the sustainable practice and the sustainable reporting for the examples. But on this point, yeah, on this point, because the companies, yeah, the company's profit comes from their operational and also support by the society, yeah, the environments, yeah. If we learn in the ESG concept, yeah, the economic, the social, and the governance also, yeah, the integration of the ESG, yeah, and also the collaboration between the companies and the companies and the social, yeah, how the company given their profit to social benefit. For example, give a scholarship for their employees, yeah, in example, and also what we call when we cut the trees, yeah, the trees in the operation, yeah, we need to make a new one, yeah, make a new one. We think about the water system also, how the water system, yeah, yeah, let's talk about the relate the environmental, yeah, and also how we can use the technological adaptation, yeah. For example, the technology innovation in banking, like I mentioned before in my presentation about the financial technology also, and and in other example, the tools, yeah, we can use the blockchains, yeah, the blockchain also, yeah, into the responsibility and also make it the balance, yeah, profitable, yeah, profitability and priorities in long-term societal impact. I think this point is the sustainability is the long-term societal impact. Yeah, the collaboration, the support from community, from society to companies. Yeah, to companies. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's very genuine, and the question was also very genuine. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for giving your time and making things clear. And it's always good to talk from accounts perspective, from companies' profit perspective, because that is something very important. So, thank you, sir. And I think my participants are also wishing and thanking you for your answers. So we hope to see you more at AIBPM conferences, sir.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
that
so
is
much, Dr. Rudres. Nice to meet you. Thank you, everyone.
thank you, sir. Okay, now we have Dr. Gul Erkal Bayram from Sinop University, Turkey as our speaker. Dr. Erkal Bayram is currently a assistant professor and vice dean in tourism faculty department of tour guiding University of Sinop, Turkey. Dr. Erkal Bayram has worked as an internal trainer and teacher in tour guide arenas. Her doctorate is in tourism management and from the Sakraya University, Turkey. And she completed her dissertation research on tour guiding in Turkey. Her core subjects are tourism, tour guiding, tourism policy, planning, women studies. Dr. Elcom has also worked as professional tour guide in tourism sector. She has many book chapters in the international arena and published her books as editor and author in national arena. She has been invited for many talks, lectures, panel discussion by different universities and countries. She is a member of eminent journals as advisory board editor, and she has published article in tourism and management area. And because she has sent us a video, I'll ask Alicia to kindly please put her lecture video. Thank you.
Dear all, good evening, good afternoon, and wherever you happen to be. Today, I would like to mention about the trends and future agenda for the tourism and hospitality industry. You know that tourism has a gaining sector and has too much opportunities for country and the region within the world. Today we will like to express a little regarding that. For all of us know that tourism as a driver of sustainable and inclusive growth. Tourism is one of the largest and fastest growing sectors in the global economy, bringing new opportunities. For many centuries, cities, regions, while at the same time presenting many new challenges, it is possible to say that tourism has continuing growth and it is causing pressure on infrastructure, environments, local communities, and other economic sectors. Maybe it can be sometimes seen that it becomes wider society. Global tourism has experienced steady growth for over 6 decades, culminating in an estimated 1.5 billion international arrivals in 2019, and has a representing increase of 3.8% year-on-year, and as well as previous long-term forecasting. Technology is reshaping tourism value chains. We can divide technology is a two main contexts. One of them blockchain and the second one is smart destinations. Blockchain has the potential to act as a disruptor in travel and tourism, has been acknowledged for some time. The decentralized, permanent, time spent, and unalterable nature of the data recorded in the blockchain means that data is more secure, traceable, and transparent. The smart destination is an innovative tourist destination using state-of-the-art technology for the sustainable development of a tourist area. And smart destination means that everyone has an opportunity to access all alternatives of tourism services. This facilitates the visitors' interaction and the interaction into their surroundings, increasing the quality of experience at the destination while improving the quality of destination also. And tourism has improving the attractiveness of a places. Firstly, it can diverse employment opportunities, and it has benefits for urban, regional, and rural economies. It has opportunities for innovative small-scale business operations. It has support for promotion of cultural authenticity and natural assets. It has support for infrastructure-related development and maintenance. Tourism means that it has recognition of technology. This recognition can enhance many different opportunities and also many different dimensions. What is tourism marketing? Tourism marketing has external tour operators, travel agents, some hotel chains, transport operators, international tour operators, public sectors, and local sectors and international sectors also we can explain. And when we divide tourism marketing firstly in the global services, advertising, promotion, distribution, sales, and etc. This promotes some sites and also this promotes sustainability, I think. Hospitality technology means some activities and resources related with technologies using by hotels, management, and services. When we understand technological tools in hospitality and tourism industry, we also solve some resolutions and problems by tourism industries. How can we use technology in tourism? This can be enabled by qualified tourism staff, firstly. If we want to use hospitality enhancements in tourism industry, we also know that qualified tourism staff has gained some opportunities by using technology in tourism industries. So the first option for using technology in tourism effectively, we can also have a good manner of person working in tourism industry for better services and sustainable services. The second issue in technology and tourism industry is reservations. We have a short video related for that.
In the
I would
mobile
like
application
to
HelpPhone
show
and on
you
the
how
website
we can use reservations in tourism
www.helpphone.info
industry.
you can find necessary and important telephone numbers of companies and individual men that offer services all over the world. These phone numbers could be useful on a travel or on a business trip. Also, it could be helpful even when you are in your place of residence. If you consider that some phone number could be useful for someone, you can post this contact in an appropriate section of the website or mobile application. If you would like to display the telephone number in the top 10 of contacts of the section, just pay a small fee. This payment you can do after sign up. The main idea of the mobile application is a subscribe call of necessary phone number due to this application. Telephone numbers have call format that is suitable for mobile phone calls. The application is very convenient and easy to use. Several clicks and you can find needed phone number.
The second issue of using technology in tourism and hospitality industry is giving information. We can use by four roads, 4 ways for getting information easily using in technology. Firstly, we can adapt travel information to some application, as you see on the presentation, like social media and some channels and also some booking web page. The second issue is transportation. You can book easily your transportation routes and transportation tools by using technology. The other is navigation. After the pandemics, we can adapt to our tourism activities by traveling safely. And also, traveling safely means knowing some roads and navigation very good and by ourselves. So, having good navigation roads by technological advancements can give us roads and very good ways for having a good times in tourism industry. And the last one is accommodation. Before COVID-19, we used to book our hotels and also our accommodation types by in person and also phoning someone who responsible with in a hotel or other booking ways. But after pandemics, we can change our style of accommodation and booking by using Airbnb and Trivago and others style of in online platform. The other one is virtual tours. Virtual tour means having a cultural tool in online platform without going in person, and maybe we can identify that virtual tour means having experience before we buy. Sometimes it can be it is needed a little of payments when we wish to use virtual tour, but after with a little payment, but after we experience virtual tour, we can decide having a deep interest to the place where we use and have experience in a virtual way. We have a short video related to virtual tour. Other one is communication styles. By the using robots, we can learn that we can have a good experience in hotels or in our cultural tours in or anywhere around the world which we visit. We can have a good experience by using robots and technological equipment. So even we need people in a tourism experiences, we can have a good experience by using robots and other activities. So communication is possible by using some technological person. The other one is why technology important in tourism marketing. Firstly, technology is important in tourism marketing that we can easily say that we have no modern tourism marketing without it. Technology introduces automation to remove redundant tasks. With redundant tasks gone, marketers can focus on more important things, plus they are not overworked, leading to fewer errors across the board. Then we have the data that technology gives marketers access to these days. Instead of basing decision on a hunch, they can use data to create efficient marketing strategies. In other words, technology has enabled tourism to benefit from data-driven marketing. Other big data solutions such as hotel miles leverage data to unlock hidden hotel booking profits. Marketing based on cutting-edge technologies resonates perfect well with current generation. Millennials and Gen Z make the most of traveler audiences, and they are both comfortable around the technology. Finally, technology enables everyone in the tourism sector to leverage the most versatile resources available on the internet. Hospitality sector is extremely competitive, and this market essential is to keep up with the very latest hospitality technology trends. By using latest technology, it may be possible to improve the accuracy of work to a level that would be difficult for human staff to achieve on their own. Technology solutions can make work more manageable and make it easier to live up to increasingly high expectations that today's customers have. And perhaps single biggest reason why it is crucial to keep up with the latest hospitality technology trends that means other business fields. The latest technology trends in the hospitality industry is booming too much. We can't follow the technological trends in regular. Every day has been changed day by day so much, so it is not possible to say for today's technological advancement, but we can determine that technology is the main driver of the tourism industry. So we have to understand what is the main elements of technological development in the tourism industry. Firstly, one of them is voice research and voice control.
小度，小度，开灯。小度，小度，打开窗帘。 小度，小度。
The other one is contactless payment. We have a short video
No
related
Opal
to
card?
that.
No worries. Get the same fare and travel benefits of an adult Opal card when using your credit or debit card or link device on all public transport. Just tap on and tap off at Opal readers with your American Express, MasterCard, Visa card or link device. Separate your cards to avoid card clash, then tap on and tap off with the same card to pay the correct fare. Easy. For more information, go to transportnsw.info. No.
The other one is it is gaining much momentum with all
Hello. I'm going to work. Please make way for me. I'm going to be in the elevator, and I am so nervous. Please go inside and leave the middle position to me.
Mr. Elevator, please help press floor 12, floor please.
I'm going out of the elevator. Please give me the road ahead. Don't detain me.
Okay, I think there's some technical issue here. Can I ask Alicia? Can we?
The virtual we
Okay,
have a
let's
chat
continue.
box using in tourism industry as a technological development. It has a trend for several years, but day by day it has a changing and also it is growing. The virtual reality refers to the interactive image and videos which enable to viewer to explore the entire of 360 degree of a scan, unlike a regular image of video, which is shot from a fixed viewpoint. And in the travel industry, virtual reality can be used to capture tourism destination in a unique and immersive way. This is achieved using specialist cameras, rigs, and software. The finished content can then be viewed on the either an VR headset on regular computer or mobile devices. Mobile check-in is a self-device hotel technology that allows hotel guests to complete the check-in process on their mobile devices. Typically through an app, hotel guests are able to use hotel mobile check-in in the select their room and complete the check-in process prior to their arrival at the hotel. Recognition technology, firstly, security and access, customer service, payment authorization, and research and information. And artificial intelligence can compose of in-person customer services, chatbox and messaging, data analysis, virtual reality, and augmented reality. Internet of Things composed of hyper-personalized hotel rooms, location-based information, predictive repairs and maintenance, electronic key cards, voice control customer services. Augmented reality, interactive hotel rooms, gamification, augmented hotel environments, and beacon technology have like this dimensions. Cybersecurity means that when we protect our guest security and privacy, it can be realized to cybersecurity issues. The big data composed of revenue management, targeting, marketing, customer experiences, additional services, and competition stability. Finally, I have a video related metaverse tourism. It is a tourism type which composed of too much interest and too much guest. It is not ordinary tourism types, but it is unordinary and it will be changing in the near future, not the long time. It can be changed in 5 years, and in the 2030 we can see that too many people walking and traveling in the metaverse world. So if we want to focus on how we can personalize our tourism activities and also tourism services in the metaverse world, we can gain and we can profit as the management and also the regional practitioners. So let's have a show the video in metaverse world. Finally, when we finish our presentation, I would like to show the mega trends shaping the future of tourism. Firstly, evolving visitor demands, sustainable tourism growth, enabling technologies, and travel mobility is 4 main dimensions of mega trends shaping the future of tourism. And when we thinking the sustainable tourism growth, we also analyze emissions, water resources, food production, and well-being. When we analyze the enabling technologies, we also understand deeply the digitalization, automation, ER and VR and blockchain. When we understand the travel mobility, we also know that growth of traveler, pandemics and security, natural disaster, political instability, and when we understand the evolving visitor demand, we know that global middle class is the booming tourist type and aging populations. And also emerging generations, Generation Z and millennials, is raising deeply and fastly. We analyze and know that. Yes. I would like to finish my presentation by thanking to all members of dear organizers who made a great interest and great effort for this conference. Thank you so much for the participants who show interest. If you would like to contact with me related to my presentation, please use my email and social media. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Gun. And I think it was a wonderful presentation. We are just running short of time, and that is what has happened. And this happens when there have been so wonderful presenters which we had, and the topics were very interesting. And I still have more than 120, 130 participants here with me. More than 100 participants remained throughout this conference. This shows the popularity of AIBPM conference. This shows how the efforts which have been put by AIBPM team I would like to congratulate AIBPM team for putting up such a wonderful show. Energy of Honorable President of AIBPM, Professor Lim Gai Sin. He is a remarkable person. You have done wonderful, sir. Professor Ira, Alicia, you and the team behind you, there are a lot of people who I don't know and I am not able to name them. You all have done wonderful job and we are so proud to be part of AIBPM, and we want to see more of such conferences, such successful conferences in future. So thank you everyone. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being there, listening, making this conference very interactive, and I really enjoyed this. Thank you again, AIBPM and Professor Lim. Over to you, Alicia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Udres, and also all keynote speakers for such insightful discussions. Very well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that we have been having great days since the seminar and also discussions were definitely resourceful and well constructed. In a moment, we'll run on the next agenda of the parallel sessions. It's planned at 1 p.m. Jakarta time. And before we move to the presentation sessions, please make sure to rename your Zoom according to your role. For presenters, please add the letter R followed by your room's number and then your full name. And for the section chairs, please add SC and followed by R with your room numbers and your full names. All presenters can go to certain Zoom room based on the presentation schedule. You can join the room by clicking the join button and you will automatically join the presentation room. And after these sessions, all presenters are urged to return to the main room for the closing remark. Thank you.